Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juce, and today we are playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, The Fall of Plaguestone. Got some wonderful players tonight, and before we let them introduce themselves, I want to quickly mention we have a audience participation menu. If you guys are interested, you can buy the players' hero points. Before we get into that, though, I'm going to tell you how many each one has. Paula has 2, Dave has 1 from Nerdarchy. Bill has 1. Draven has 1. Colin has 3 because he did some promotion there at the end there and picked up his 3rd. And then I have 1. And most of those are from some wonderful viewers last time. So yeah, hero points can be spent for a few different things. You can re-roll any of your rolls. The second roll must be used. If a character is dying, they can spend all their hero points to be stabilized at 0 hit points and don't gain new dying or wounded levels. Those are the actual rules of Pathfinder. Now, we've made some house rules. One of them, 5 hero points can be spent while dying to get 1 hit point and remove all wounded and all dying levels. That's a big deal in this game because as you start suffering wounds, you basically can die quickly. And the second one is 5 hero points can be spent by a player for an automatic critical success or to impose an automatic critical failure on a target. And this also applies to villain points too, which I only have 1 right now. So I need you guys. I do not award myself villain points. Those come only from the audience. So there you go. So with that, players are going to get to introduce themselves, tell you a little bit about their character. And we will start in the top left with Colin from Colinomicon on Twitch. Go ahead, take it away.
What's up? I'm Colin at Colinomicon on Twitch, Twitter, and other assorted places. And this evening, I am playing Balthazar the Bastard. He is a half-elf oracle by class, but he's by class and race, but mostly is known for being a really weird guy whose body is falling apart. And last episode, he had a really big moment. I think we should all just take a moment to appreciate how he grew last time when he took a bath for the first time, perhaps ever. And I'm just really proud of him. And I think this is probably the biggest growth I've ever made in a character in one session. And I think we should all just take a moment to really appreciate that. So
that he is. Deal.
It was a big deal, and he is, of course, journeying with his half-sister, Madame Muriel, who loves him very, very much and is just so happy that she gets to spend all of this time with her weird-ass rotting brother.
She loves him even more now that he has taken a bath. So.
Yeah, I think it's open, perhaps, to Juce's discretion as GM here about how much that really helped Balthazar.
Wasn't there a bathing check? There was a bathing check involved.
There wasn't there?
There was a check to see if the perfume of the bath would override the stench of his rotting body.
Yeah, it was lavender scented.
I believe it
did.
It did.
Yes.
It has like a 30% chance, and he rolled really well.
That's right. I used the big golf ball D100 for that, and yeah, he's currently smells like lavender. So things are looking up.
Excellent, Paula.
I am Paula, and tonight I am playing Madame Muriel, who is traveling along with her companions. She is a elven swashbuckler, and has spent a significant portion of her life as a traveling fortune teller. I don't know.
That's
she
it.
Loves her brother very much.
Yeah, who also loves her brother very much. Yeah, I don't know.
All right,
you know,
problem. We'll figure it out as we play, I'm sure.
There's still a lot that's TBD about Muriel that really hasn't been, roughed out yet.
Bill.
Hey, I'm Bill of Bill Allan and Bill Allan World. And tonight I am playing my goblin, the first goblin I've ever played in a fantasy role-playing game. I'm very excited. And his name is Scrim. Scrim is he's an unbreakable goblin rogue. And He's part of a clan, and his brother Crick, who is much smarter than him, is on this adventure with him. So Scrim is looking forward to getting in some scruffles, and he's hoping that tonight will be Scrimtastic.
It'll be amazing. Draven.
Hi, my name is Dave. I have the YouTube channel Draven Swiftbow. I am playing Durgan Mornward. He is a half-orc champion paladin who in a previous age was a gladiator, but more of a showmanship type of gladiator. So not fights to death, just fights for entertainment purposes. And he's apparently was given credit for all of the slaying of the wolves in the last session and didn't realize that until the end.
Which, just point of note, he didn't do. So
No, he did not.
He did pretty well, though. But you're right. He did not kill them all. Who was his wingman that was saying that? I don't remember.
Me and Scrim were both repping that. I mean, Balthazar didn't know he was wingmanning. He was just thought that that's what we're doing now. He was going along with what Scrim did. We're looking out for you.
Scrim said it first, and then Balthazar was like saying it the whole time.
Like, oh, that's the story. Okay, sure.
Didn't you out him though too at the bar?
Yeah, that sounds like something I would do.
Yeah. But I mean, he came by it honestly. He just simply, related the information, and it just turns out I was there this time.
Right. Dave.
So I am Nerdarchy Steve from Nerdarchy for Nerds by Nerds, and I'm playing Crick of Clan Bighorn Lobster. That's right, comes from a long line of Bighorn Lobster wranglers. But you want to know what? Wrangling lobsters suck. So he ran away and became an alchemist and follows his brother Scrim around. Tries to keep him out of trouble, get him in trouble. I mean, they're kind of the same thing. But I'm playing a goblin bomber. I look forward to blowing things up.
And last time he had the opportunity to burn down the town's only tavern, and all he did was smoke bomb it.
Yeah, I just smoke bomb it. You got to work your way up to that stuff. You can't just go right from the gate, burn down the tavern. What are you going to do next time?
I just want you to know, I appreciate that you didn't burn it down. I
was really nervous there for a while. I'm not going to lie.
So last session, we kind of got the recap there, but last session, the party was with a caravan that they had just started up with. They didn't know anybody on it. They offered protection to try and travel through this town that they are in to another one. It was a 6-wagon caravan. And basically they got a huge discount because they were going to protect the caravan if something happened. Something did happen. They were attacked by about 12 wolves. They killed all of the wolves that were in the back, which was 3 regular wolves and then a massive wolf that had acid dripping out of its mouth, had a stench about it. The other ones just had fleas. It was pretty awesome. And they got into town, and we're enjoying their meal, and a tavern brawl broke out. And then afterwards, when they were settling things back down, something happened. But before that something happened, I do kind of want to lay out how things were, just so everyone understands. In the tavern, you had the farmers who were being scolded by the sheriff, who were involved in the bar fight. He threatened them with fines and stuff, but basically a slap on the wrist. And there were 14 of them involved, and they all kind of went back to their tables. A couple of the humans from the caravan, Ulf and Ulf, went over to the table where the guy who started the tavern fight. They started gambling with him. I didn't elaborate on that last session, but they were gambling with him in some games at his table, as the party came back to the table and just sat down with Bort. Bort had this amazing dessert. It was a turnip porridge. He had a larger bowl than anybody else at the table, and was trying to get everyone else to try it. Not everyone else tried it. A couple people decided to have chicken gruel or something like that, and
I had something rotting. I think it was rotting chicken.
Yeah, you had rotting chicken probably or something, and
sounds right.
I think Scrim said he doesn't eat turnips, which is a bummer because like most things on the menu here are turnip based. That's like their number one thing here. And Bort started coughing while he was trying to have a conversation, and he collapsed. And as he collapsed, Balthazar said, as he got up and stood over Bort, "Is it good, Bort?"
God, I'm funny. I don't remember saying that.
Yes. And so at this moment, Bort is face down in the bowl of his turnip porridge. Now he finished it all. There was no splat or anything like that. It's an empty bowl. And at quick glance, nobody around the room seems to have noticed this. What are you guys doing?
Bored.
Bossman, wake up!
I'm going to check him out with the medicine skill.
Okay.
See if he is okay, if there's anything we can do, resuscitate him.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, well, that is 2 plus 5, 2 plus 4, so I don't think I can help him. I might just be like thrashing him about.
He feels cold, or not cold, but he feels like clammy.
Hey, Juice, did he fall back? Like, is he on his back on the floor? Or did he bump forward?
Face down in his bowl.
Okay, Scrim jumps down
drown it.
and flips him over.
Okay.
And does it look like he's choking? Is he like gasping for air? Is he?
Give me a medicine check.
Yeah, Scrim has medicine because rogues. 13 for Scrim.
So it doesn't look like he's breathing. At this moment, he's not coughing or anything.
Scrim is going to do the double drum beat, which is sometimes what he and Crick had to do when they were with the clan when their father was choking on lobster.
Nice.
So he does the double drum beat to try to hit that stomach point and effectively create the Heimlich maneuver.
It's the drum beat. It's the drum drop from In the Air Tonight.
Yeah.
Considering he more than doubled my medicine check, I'm actually going to take notes of his technique and maybe try to apply that later.
This time I rolled a 14, so plus 3
Okay.
is 17 total.
So Scrim, as you're doing this, you actually can tell there's air in his chest cavity, like probably in his lungs. And so
hope
when
that's
you're
where it is.
hammering it, you're like, you notice it's off. And when you look in his mouth, based on like, he's just like perfectly positioned where the light lights up in his mouth and you can see his throat is closed shut.
Scrim looks
small.
around for
EpiPen.
a steak knife of some kind on the table.
What's
Emergency
going on
trick?
over there?
I was going to say, anybody else want to step in and...
Scrim.
Scrim looks up and says, him is choking. Board is choking. Must open up neck for breathe.
Are you sure he didn't just have too many alcohols?
No, him is choking. Throat is closed up. Must breathe.
Oh.
That sounds problematic.
Ulf
What are
and
you gonna
Oof.
do with that knife?
I think he's gonna make a breathing hole.
So Scrim takes Bort's neck and pushes it back and then finds the spot right there and then takes the little knife and just gives it like a tap in. Not so that it like blows through his spinal cord, but just
So,
enough of a tap to pierce that.
Oh, dear.
Before you get the chance, I'm gonna do a roll off with you. Ulf and Ulf, like OLF and ULF, I can't say it differently. Both try to grab you and reach for it as they see you with this knife because they don't know what's happening, and you just got to beat me.
That
Beat
won't
a
be
10.
hard.
Oh.
Because Scrim has nimble dodge. Wait, are you rolling against my AC or am I just making
No, it would be a opposed strength check. They kind of grab you as you're doing this.
Oh, yeah, they win.
Okay. So Scrim's like lining it up, and right as you're doing it with this
I have a
knife,
-1 to strength, and I rolled a 9, so rip.
okay. As you're lining it up, you feel two arms sweep underneath you and pull you back. And they're like, what's going on?
Him is choking. Must breathe. Make hole in neck for to breathe.
No, you can't. And then like one of them starts putting his hand on his forehead, and he's not breathing at all. Like, wake up. And like the rest of the tavern has all like started watching. And then finally Ulf is like, do it. Just do the neck thing. Go for it.
Yes! Scrim. That is a 21 total.
Okay. So are you breathing for him?
Yeah, so I do the trach with the steak knife.
Yep.
And I look to see after I do a little push on the lungs to palpitate, does a little
bit the air comes out for sure, yes.
Okay.
When the air comes out though, his lungs don't refill.
I start pumping for him.
Okay. Give me another med check.
Breathe.
People at home aren't going to believe this. This is why I need like a digital. This is a 19 now that I rolled. So that's
what's that with your bonus?
22.
20. So that is not good enough. You can tell like there's just you're doing this for a while, and everyone's just standing around like watching intently, and like there's like no life is coming back. And
I check his pulse because this may
go for
be
it.
Yeah. That's better. That is a +4. There we go. So that is a 17.
17. So yeah, he's definitely gone. Like there's no pulse. What do you do with that information?
I just sort of put my hand on Scrim's shoulder and just tell him it's too late.
Him is dead.
Unfortunately, he has. And then I take the notebook out that I like wrote all the stuff down while I was watching Scrim, and I just sort of like quietly cross it out.
Scrim is very, very saddened by this, and he sniffles and he looks over at his brother.
Bort is dead, just like was Uncle Blarg when him choked on rotten lobster. Remember, Crick? Remember?
Yeah, that was kind of sad. And I'm sorry, Scrim. You did your best. Now this seems like the realm of Balthazar.
First of all, rotten lobster sounds delicious. Second of all, I think I can fix this.
You think you can fix it?
Scrim waddles over by his brother.
You'll be very impressed, sister. I think you'll be very proud of me. Just give me a moment.
Will I?
The
I
sheriff and
Oh, this
the
better be
bartender
good.
do make their way over, and they hear you say that, Balthazar. What would you like to do, Balthazar?
I cast Animate Dead on him.
Okay, so what's that do?
Well, here's the funny thing about it. It doesn't last long. It only lasts for a minute, but he's a corpse or skeleton and fills it with necromantic life and makes it obey my commands. So yeah, I mean, I actually don't think there's any roll required or anything. It's just the way it's written in here, it's just he's gonna immediately pop up off the table and be a zombie for a minute.
So yeah, so he's already on his back on the floor with Scrim doing that thing, right? He sits straight up, Undertaker style, right? Like just almost like a straight up sit up.
Can I just?
And he's sitting legs straight in front of him.
Because this is like material, somatic, verbal. Like there's a lot of components here. So I want like Balthazar, like reaches into his like robe.
Yeah.
And pulls out like a little piece of himself, like a tiny little like flap of flesh or something. He just kind of like pops off and just goes over to him and just like rubs it across his forehead and his cheeks. And it's like, okay, you can sit up now. And
he just sits
bolts
straight
up
and looks up at you, locks eyes.
Hello, Bort. Welcome back. See, I fixed him.
Crick leans into Scrim. No one's gonna like this. I can tell you that right now. But I knew it was Balthazar's realm.
What? He's better. See, He obeys my commands too. So why don't you stand up, Bort, and tell the people that you're fine?
Bort stands up and like no words come out. He's like,
Escaping from his air hole.
yeah.
Well,
he's just staring at Balthazar the whole time, though.
Well,
waiting for the next command.
That's not precisely okay. Well, see, sister, he's up, he's well, and he's walking about.
I mean, he's up and he sure is walking about, but I'm not so sure he's very well.
Balthazar, can you make him pay us now?
There's
I
like
was a little
18
concerned
people
about getting
staring
paid.
at this spectacle right now.
Bort, will you pay Crick and Scrim, please?
He starts like reaching into pockets and pulling them out, and coins fall on the floor.
Very good. Thank you. Thank you, Bort.
As this is happening, the sheriff is like, "What are you doing? You can't. That's evil." And like Delma, the bartender, is like, "You can't do that. You can't take that money. Like that has to go to his heirs."
Well, I mean, it seems as if the money was owed, correct? So that would be. I don't know how estates work really, but I think that debtors are still paid. And hey, it's not evil. It's just a thing I can do, and it lets me have friends. See, now Bort and I are friends. Shake my hand, Bort.
This is Rolf says this has to be an ongoing investigation. Like you just tampered with everything. You've screwed it all up. Like how are we going to know what's going on now that you've done this?
We know what was going on.
Well, I mean, he didn't really. I mean, nothing bad has happened. Right? He didn't mess it up.
Well,
And-
he's clearly
mess
not
him
alive.
This spell.
Well, I mean,
How did he die?
alive is sort of a relative term, right? I mean, there's some nuances to that.
And
Scrim has idea.
I told you what happened.
Besides, the spell, the magics I use don't last very long. He'll be back to normal and then Bort just like drops. It only lasts a minute, so there, all better. There's your evidence.
Rolf goes over and jerks a curtain rod off the wall and covers the body with the curtain, and says, "We got to figure out what happened here. What just happened?"
Did
Him-
he
I
choke
nudged
on something?
Bort ate gross gruel made with turnips. This is why only eat meat. I do.
So he choked on
Yoda.
turnip. Gruel?
Yes.
Scrim turned full Yoda.
He turns to the elven woman and says, "Did you see him choke on the food too?"
Him
Wait.
was coughing.
Now, Scrim, you said that his throat was closed. Could you explain that a little more? Like, was there something in his throat, or?
Everyone saw. Bort started coughing and then fell to ground. Dragon can tell you. Him was sick. Him couldn't breathe. Throat was closed on inside.
Scrim.
That was my medical analysis, yes.
When you say
Scrim,
that,
and-
Rolf pulls the curtain back and like opens the mouth to look, and says, "Yeah, the it's swollen shut."
See? Gross turnips.
Can I revive him slightly just for one last thing so that I can tell him say Bort. So
I
they
mean, you can do
us.
it. You can do it.
So he's like, I can help you get a closer look. Here, see, it's not an issue at all.
Rise, Bort, show them the inside of your mouth.
Stands up. Ah.
Very good, Bort. Thank you. See, it seems he was. There's nothing lodged in there. His throat is closed. Perhaps he ate something poisonous, or had. What are those called? Sister, you know when you eat peanuts and you get very scratchy?
an allergy?
Yes, perhaps it is an allergy.
Delma's like, he comes here like pretty frequently and has this turnip porridge. That's like his favorite thing. He's never had a problem before.
Does he have any enemies? Who hates Bork?
But if you're allergic to turnips, just nod your head. No. Very good, boy.
Did anybody else eat the turnips?
Yeah, I did. They're fine.
Delma says everyone loves him. Bort's great. He pays people fairly. Ulf and Ulf both speak up. They're like, he pays us really well. Like, we love Bort. And as this is going on, Rolf, the sheriff, says, everyone who was sitting with him at the table, can we go outside to like the stable and talk about this? And
wait a minute. I should look at the bowl he was eating from, or the utensils or something.
It's that large bowl. Delma, can you take care of the large bowl and utensils and just set them aside? Don't clean them or anything.
We will accompany you, Sheriff. Would you like Bort to come with us?
No, leave him here. Leave him covered. We're not going to disrespect him anymore.
Bort, just lay back down. We'll talk later. Good night, Bort.
Rolf then turns to the rest of the tavern and says, everyone else, just go home. We'll settle this in the morning with all of you. Don't worry about them, guys. They live in this town. They're not going anywhere. They never do. And he brings you guys out to the stable. And he says, so, and as you guys step out, you see the stable hand making her way out of the barn. And she's about to close it. And the sheriff says, nope, leave that. I'm going to bring each of them in one-on-one. Oh, okay. And she kind of walks off and she says, I'll tell Delma to lock it up when she leaves. And she leaves for the night. And as all of you are kind of standing there, you see the gnome woman who's with the caravan. She was just out there with the stable. And she's, like checking with the horses and stuff real quick. And Tamley, the half-orc woman, she kind of comes over and is like, what's going on? After dinner, I had to cut out for a little bit. And Ulf goes off with the sheriff into the stable. Just him, those two. And so the half-orc woman's asking you, not Draven, Durgan, what happened?
So I just tell her, like, as we were sitting and eating, he was eating his dessert, and all of a sudden he just started gasping. A moment later, he fell face first into his bowl, and Scrim and I tried to save him, but unfortunately it was just nothing we could do.
She looks like the facial expression looks like everything just dropped, and you can see like her shoulders just like shudder for a second, and she seems speechless, and like she starts to try to say something, but there's like a quiver in her voice, and she stops herself and just kind of walks away and is thinking over by the wagons. And as she goes to do that, Ulf comes out, and the sheriff says, all right, who's next? Any volunteers? Okay, yeah, you goblin guy. What's your name?
You call me Crick.
Crick? All right, yeah, come on in here.
Scrim goes in with.
Sure.
As Scrim starts coming, he's like, I'd like to talk to you guys one-on-one. I appreciate your camaraderie as both being goblins, but just one-on-one. You'll be next. How about that? You can stand right over there.
Brothers? Hey, brother Scrim, if I don't come out, avenge me.
You'll be able to see
kill them all and eat them.
Yeah, we'll do it in the open. You'll still be able to see, but I want one-on-one. I gotta figure out what's going on here, and but I would appreciate it if his back is to you.
Scrim goes over by Durgan.
All right, cool. As that's going on, the sheriff brings Crick in, and your back, Crick, is to the door. He leaves it open. You're about 10 feet into the barn, and he's like, "So what happened?"
all right. It was like 1, 2, maybe 3 towns over. Me and my brother were hanging out at the tavern with the rest of the crew. And then he comes up to us and is like, hey, do you want a job? We got a caravan and we're going to go to this place, Stone something or other. There's like 3 names. You say the one, everyone gets angry. So we're not going to use that name, right? And then yeah, we need a job. We were just working for the circus. It was great, but something happened. Things burned down. I don't know what happened. They always look at me when things burn down. It wasn't me. But anyway, so we took the job and we had to, travel for weeks with the caravan. It was going really great. And then these really gross wolves attacked. And then we got to town here and to the tavern. Balthazar got a bath. I'd never seen him bathe before. He smelled so good compared to before. It was really nice. And then we had a nice dinner together, like a big family. And then a fight broke out and it got really smoky in there. I don't really know what happened. People were punching each other. Do they fight in that tavern all the time like that?
Yeah, they do. I don't understand. Like, you're saying a lot of extra stuff. I don't understand. But yeah, there's frequent fights with the farmers. But so what happened with Bort?
Oh, Bork, right. We met Bork like 3 towns over, and he wanted to hire us to guard his caravan. And, he seemed like a trustworthy soul and a good guy. I'm not so sure now because he went and died on us. I don't know how we're going to get paid. I don't know who handles these things.
But how did he die? How did he die?
Oh, he was eating the soup, the porridge. And that is probably why Scrim doesn't like vegetables.
So, you think he just choked on the consistency of soup, basically?
I don't know. A lot of other people were eating it, and they seem to be eating it fine. I mean, you should ask Scrim. He's been to Goblin Medical School and everything. He knows all about, people getting sick and choking. Like, he could see that he was choking and his throat closed up.
Yeah,
he even tried to open it.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw it all.
Yeah.
So did you eat any of the porridge?
Yeah, I ate the porridge, the chicken.
Okay, and you're feeling
some
fine.
Bread.
You're feeling fine.
I feel fine.
Okay.
But that's why I want to look at the bowl. Maybe someone poisoned him. They could have put something in it.
Okay. Well, maybe at some point somebody can look at the bowl. I mean, what are your qualifications?
Oh, I'm a master alchemist.
Oh, an alchemist, huh? Have you ever dabbled with poisons before?
Things together. No, not so much poisons. I prefer things that go boom. Poisons are kind of, I tried it once and I accidentally poisoned myself. I did not like it. It wasn't good. So I was like, Crick, I said to myself, Crick, maybe poisons are not for you. And really, it seems a little shady to poison people. It's not very exciting. But bombs, explosions, and blowing things up, that's completely different.
So during the fight earlier, you wore the smoke. Was that because of you?
Oh, no, I would never do that inside like that. That would
Where there's smoke, there's fire, and you like fire, it sounds like.
Yeah, if I made something, it would have blown up, for sure.
And so you've accidentally poisoned yourself before with poison you've made.
Yeah, that did happen a long time ago. So I just stay away from it now.
Yep. I'm sure. I think I heard enough. I send the other goblin in, and you go back out there, but don't go very far. Stay within my sight.
All right. Hey, Scrim. He wants to know about your Goblin Medical School.
Yes.
So Scrim, come on in here. Scrim, right?
Yeah, Scrim kind of does like a little skip in.
How does your brother Crick know Bort?
Bort was hired us.
Oh, so Ulf told me earlier you guys were trying to get to another town, and he said that he'd give you a discounted rate to travel. It doesn't sound like he hired you. It sounds like he was working out a solid for you, but that's besides the point. So, did you guys know him before that?
No, but traveled we did, and then we came here, and there was wolves, scary wolves that were sick with diseases.
Yeah, we heard about the wolves. We heard about that. Yeah.
Maybe Bort was bitten by one.
I mean, I don't know why that would cause your throat to close. I'm not a medical professional of any sorts, not a cleric or anything, but I guess I could look into that. Now, I'll look at the body in a little bit to see if there's any bite marks, but I do know there's at least a neck mark from you that didn't work, and there's probably now some bruising from your other friend out there. So is there any reason you guys might not like Bort?
No, Bort is nice. Bort was honorable to us.
Yes. Yeah, Bort's always been great. We love Bort here. Like, he's one of our regular traders.
Scrim tried to save Bort. One time, Uncle Blarg choked on rotten lobster. It was very sad. But Scrim was able to make throat hole for him to breathe. Afterwards, his voice was not quite right. But then he died later anyway.
Choking on bad lobster that time? I heard you guys say something about that. He choked on lobster a lot. Did you guys just eat big balls of lobster? Is that what's going on there?
Bighorn lobster.
Oh, okay. Bighorn lobster. Oh, I've heard about that. Okay. So how much, I heard you guys talking about money being owed. Do you know how much money was owed to you guys?
7?
7? Okay. 7.
Crick knows money. Scrim,
okay.
Scrim not as good about counting money.
Gotcha. So another question. Has Crick ever made a poison and used it on you?
No.
But he has made poison before.
Maybe Crick was learning he did. But Crick likes to make things that are fire.
Yeah. Okay.
Fire. Yes.
But if he had to make a poison, he probably could make a poison.
Yeah, but him would have to have ingredients. Him doesn't have ingredients for poisons.
I mean, you were traveling through the woods on the path here. I mean, there's probably ingredients on the way, right?
Well, you Sheriff Man?
Yeah.
If Sheriff Man didn't find ingredients for make poison on Crick, then how could Crick make poison?
Because the ingredients are gone. Because he used them, maybe. I don't know. It's just speculation. I would never assume that. Crick is really nice. He seems like he would never do such a thing.
What is specterization?
Oh, no, just a thing. Don't worry about it. So I think I've asked you enough. We're good here. No problem. Thank you. You've been very helpful. You and Crick. That's your brother, you said?
Yes.
You guys have been very helpful. Crick, thank you. You've been helpful too. And he points at Durgan. You look like a noble kind of guy, or an honorable kind of guy. Can I talk to you next?
Certainly.
So,
I make my way in.
So, what did you see?
So what I saw is after the fight broke out, which I tried to help calm down shortly before you arrived, Bort started discussing things with us, and suddenly he began gasping for air. And before we knew it, he just collapsed face first into his bowl. I tried to help. Unfortunately, I wasn't as quick on my feet as Scrim was. And Scrim, I really do hope that you recognize the valor that he displayed, because it is certainly worthy.
For sure. He tried really hard to bring him back by doing that thing that forces people to breathe, the stomach pump. But he does it a little different. That's probably why it didn't work. But
it is an unusual technique. I will agree with you on that. But the effort was very genuine.
Yeah.
I wish there was more that we could have done. But as a champion of the goddess Amode, I vow to you that I will not leave until we bring whoever is responsible to justice.
Okay. Well, that sounds amazing. I mean, we could definitely use your help around here. So have you guys known Bort for a very long time?
Not really, no. We just started traveling with him recently. He seemed an honorable or decent enough individual.
Yeah. Everyone, in town who's worked with him, on anything, worked out any deals. Said he's very fair and he would never rip anybody off. I mean, even his employees seem to like him from the caravan. So
he was quite jovial. Always had a story. Always had an experience that he could share.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yes, he has tons of stories. Oh my gosh. Did you hear the one about the giant, the frost giant? Not the frost giant. The fire giant. Yeah.
I think he was particularly proud of that one. Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yes, he's got so many. It's too bad we're not going to hear him anymore. At the same time, he did tell them 1,000,000 times, but
I did hear it at least 3 times during our travel, but he always told it so well.
Oh, so you were only traveling with him for like 4 days then, probably.
Around that, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, can you think of anybody that would have had it out for him if you had to guess? If you had to put somebody in that spot?
Based off of my interactions with the members of the caravan, I can't think of anyone. Anyone that would wish him well. I mean, there are certain individuals that, like Kuki, who was a bit, cranky at times, but I think that was just because Balthazar wouldn't leave him alone.
Oh. Is Balthazar the guy who did the thing to Bort in there?
Again, he does mean well. He just has different ideas of what's helpful than what you or I might consider to be normal. But he is, in his own way, a genuine sword.
As a champion of Iomade, are you okay with him doing that?
I will have to say a few prayers tonight, but again, I know that while his methods are certainly unique, he genuinely thought he was helping.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I mean, if anything comes of this, I hope you can at least talk to your friend Balthazar, and at least teach him some etiquette. I mean, that just, especially at a crime scene now, like,
I'll do my best.
Food.
I'll try to take advantage of the fact that he currently smells like lilacs and not rancid death.
I mean, that sounds a lot better than what I heard he smelled like when he came in.
Yeah, it was rough. Rough.
So, last question would be, is there anybody that's within your group that may have done it? Maybe Crick, who has made poisons before?
Crick can be zealous with his experimentations, but there's no animosity in him. He would not have been the one responsible.
Okay. If the mayor gets word of this, just, your 2 goblin friends should be a little careful. He tends to have a problem with goblins, just so you know.
I'll take that in consideration and ask that maybe Crick doesn't talk about blowing stuff up quite as much.
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Maybe keep him away from the tavern when he's feeling excited. I don't want the tavern to get burned down. Oh, last thing. You were sitting right next to Bort, right?
I was, yes.
Yeah, and the seat across from you was empty, I believe, when this happened. Okay. Just trying to make a mental picture of where things were. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Thank you. What was your name again?
My name is Durgan Mornboard.
Durgan. Okay. Yeah. Well, thank you again. And I send in Balthazar.
As you wish. And like I said, I'm at your disposal. And with that, I sort of turn and make my way out. And I just go up to Balthazar and say that the sheriff would like to speak with you.
Am I in trouble, Durgan?
No, it's just he's asking questions of everybody. So just be yourself, but maybe like 30% of yourself.
Don't be yourself. just tell them what you think they want to hear.
Tell them what you saw. There's no need to elaborate.
Okay. You make me sad when you say things like that, sister.
Well, you know how these things go, right? We've been here before.
I know. But I didn't do anything bad. I was trying to help the man.
Oh.
Rolf interrupts you. Hey, guys. I want to talk to you guys one-on-one. I don't want you guys working out stories. I would appreciate it if we could get this over with quickly. I've got some other investigations to do with this. Balthazar, please. I don't mean to be rude, but please, come on in here.
He comes in kind of like shuffling his feet and like hanging his head.
You understood why I had to interrupt you two, right?
I actually don't understand anything about how criminal investigations work.
Sometimes when people like when I'm dealing with like tavern fights, guys try to come up with stories when you let them, congregate like that. And sometimes they lie, and then they both have the same lie if you let them do that. So that's why I had to separate you guys. So, Balthazar.
Don't you worry. I've been told that I'm honest to a fault.
Oh, okay. Well, that's great to hear. That's fantastic. It kind of smells like lilacs, but at the same time, it smells like foot funk. What is that? Oh.
Well, I find half of these smells pleasant.
Oh, well, yeah, you should probably get more of the lilac stuff. That's great, but... Ooh.
That's not... But, okay. How can I help you?
So how long have you known Bort?
Not very. We traveled together on the caravan. I don't think he liked me very much, but I had no particular opinion of him.
Why didn't he like you?
Probably for the same scent reasons you were just identifying.
So he didn't like how you smelled. And how did that make you feel?
Very sad on the inside, but I get that a lot. I'm used to it.
So Bort made you sad. Others make you sad too, you say?
Yes. My sister makes me sad sometimes when she is ashamed of my presence and existence. And Durgan makes me sad because he's very handsome and I am not, and that makes me sad.
You think that thing's handsome? Orcs?
That's racist, first of all. And yes, in fact, I do.
Whatever floats your boat, man. I mean, hey, I don't
Crick
care.
Crick and Scrim makes me sad because they always look like they're having such a fun time blowing things up and eating chickens. And I wish I could have that much fun, but I don't believe I ever had. So in general, yes, people make me sad.
Okay. And where were you when this happened? When he started choking? How far away from him were you?
I actually don't recall. Was I sitting across the table?
Possibly. It's wherever you want.
I think I was, yeah. I was sitting across the table from Bort. He sat down and spoke very highly of his turnip porridge. And then he ate the turnip porridge, and then he turned various shades of blue and fell face first into the turnip porridge.
Yeah. Ulf, I think, said it seemed like about 5 minutes from the time he had started eating his porridge until, everyone had to congregate over there.
It was 4 minutes and 54 seconds. I was counting.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
I have an exceptional sense of time.
And you obviously know magic with what you did in there, right?
It's a thing I can do, yes.
Are there any other things you can do, like close people's throats?
That's pretty on the nose, don't you think?
I mean, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here, and I think that's a fair question, don't you?
Well, I can do things like I can make things light up. I did that during that fight that happened in the bar. I made a man glow. I don't know if you saw that.
Oh, you were involved in the fight?
I was on the, I think the word is the periphery of the fight. Yes.
That's a big word. I don't understand what that means.
I wasn't directly in it, no. But there was a man who was near me, and to try to make the people stop fighting, because when people fight, it also makes me sad. I made a man glow so that the other men would be afraid of him, and it caused some men to flee in fear of the glowing man.
Oh, yeah, because you know what? When I was talking to him, he said that, whatever happened didn't hurt him. He just started, seeing light because it was so bright coming from his own head, according to the other guys there. Okay,
yes,
so you didn't hurt him, though.
No, I just made him glow. And I can also do things like make people a bit confused. That's a thing. I have this thing here, and he just like lifts up his hand, and a big like rotting skeletal hand like springs out of his. It's chill touch cantrip.
Whoa.
He's like, I can do that. I use that to pet dogs sometimes. They don't always like it.
You might want to keep some of those tricks hidden. Just words are fine. You don't have to show me.
Here, I can tell you everything I can do. I forgot that I could do this. Let me just show you everything I can do.
No.
And he just he reaches out and touches him, like with one finger, with his nasty rotting finger. And I have from my Oracle thing, I have the innate spell Mind Link, is that I can impart 10 minutes worth of information in an instant directly into his brain. So he just sees like a highlight reel of Balthazar doing magic.
So your sister's probably watching from outside. So as your finger comes out, he like limbos back, like really far back, and you like he can't get far enough back before your finger finally touches him on the head. And then all of a sudden he like shoots up in like this perfectly erect position and like big-eyed over the course of those 10 seconds.
It's instantaneous. It's 10 minutes worth of information in as like a single second.
And he's just like, what was that?
I don't know. I don't think there's a name for it. It's just a thing that I can do. I can share my brain, the things in my brain, with other people very, very quickly. It really cuts down on conversation time. It's one of the reasons I'm not so good at talking.
What exactly was that? Like, so tell, like, what exactly did you share with him out of character? Like, would you share?
Basically, that's like, so I have like Chill Touch, Daze, Divine Lance, Forbidding Ward, Light, Read Aura, Animate Dead, and Spirit Link are all of my spells. Oh, and Soul Siphon and Death's Call. Those are like all my spells. And
they all sound really cool.
Yeah, they're badass. But he just saw like a highlight reel of me using every spell that I know how to do. Like just so you're probably seeing him like, to give some examples here. Kill the wolves. You see him like sitting in the woods with like a bunch of like animated like deer, like dead deer, like dancing around him. And he's just like, oh, this is fun. Like having like a tea party with like animated corpses that he found in the forest. Throwing big necromantic bolts of divine energy that he's using to like hunt when he gets hungry. Like making himself a little shed that he puts a forbidding ward around so he can sleep cozy in it at night. And yeah, just you see basically like Balthazar lived by himself in a forest for most of his life. So it's just like before he found his sister again. So it's just sort of what his life was before he reconnected with Muriel, and all the different magic that he used to survive, all just in one like smash cut highlight reel.
He tells you that'll be all. Just send your sister in. I've got nothing more to say. And he's just like wide-eyed, like almost jaw to the floor, like what the hell? I've never had that.
I hope
before.
I did not mean to cause any offense by making Bort stand up and do things. I thought maybe you would all be happier if he was still something like alive, though not entirely. And I thought it would be nice and that everyone would be happy, and then you would all want to be my friends.
I mean, we want him alive, but that was not alive. And with my job, I need to figure out what's going on, and that definitely did not help. That caused a scene that this town's going to be talking about for days. That is what people are going to remember. And when I go and question the other 14 people tomorrow, that's what they're going to remember. They're not going to remember what happened before that, because they're going to remember Balthazar doing carnival tricks.
I see. So does this mean that we're not friends?
I don't want to put it that way. Let's just say we're okay. We're good. I just want to talk to your sister. That's all. You're okay. I know you didn't kill him. I get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, and I look forward to spending time with you as a friend, like friends do.
Oh yeah, maybe we can, meet up at the tavern and have some drinks or something in a few days.
Yes,
once I get this sorted out.
I think I like alcohols. I would like that.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for spending this time with me and letting me show you my magic. I will now send in my sister per your request.
Thank you.
And he walks out and just like makes eye contact with Muriel as soon as he gets outside. He wants to talk to you. My friend wishes to speak with you, Muriel.
What did he say to you?
Several things, and then I showed him my magic, and then now we're best friends.
You're best friends?
Yes. I think
Whoa.
I asked him if we were friends, and then he said that we are good, which I take as confirmation that we are best friends.
Oh, I mean, could happen. Could happen for you.
Oh, thank you. I am chuffed, as they say. Very excited to have a friend. But he doesn't like it when we talk to each other before you talk to him, so you should go see my friend now.
Oh, okay. Muriel will walk over to where he is and kind of lean up against the wall.
Okay. What your brother did with the finger thing, that was weird. Has he ever done that to you?
I mean, maybe once or twice, but you get used to it after a minute.
No, I will never get used to that. That is the weirdest thing I have ever experienced in my life. Oh.
I mean, maybe you should get out more.
I'm out every day, patrolling this town, making sure that the drunks aren't causing the problems, making sure, all the land disputes out on the farms are all taken care of. I work hard every day. So I'm
okay.
By the way, as he's saying this, you can kind of tell like he looks really out of shape. Like there's no way he's walking the streets every day. And he then says, "So, how did you know Bort?"
Well, I think, he wanted us on the caravan, so that's how I met him.
Okay. And you know anything about Crick and his poisons?
Crick and poisons?
Yeah, he's dabbled with poison and poisoned himself once, he said, with his own poison.
I mean, haven't we all dabbled with poisons just a little bit?
So you've dabbled with poisons too.
I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying, that Crick has life experience.
Yeah. Well.
And I mean, when would he have made a poison, right? We were traveling along on this caravan, and there were wolves that were attacked, and I mean, we had things to do there. It's not like he's just hanging out making poison.
How long were you in the caravan for? How many days?
Oh, I don't know. It just seemed to really mesh into one. What, maybe 4 days, 5 days?
Yeah, Ulf said it's been about 5 days, I believe.
Yeah,
he
that
works
sounds
with the
about
caravan.
right.
He's one of the teamsters.
Yeah, there were some days that were longer than others, how it goes.
So sitting in the back of the wagon, he didn't have time over the course of 5 days to make a poison. A smart alchemist such as himself, smart for a goblin, I should say.
I guess I'm just saying, don't you think we would have noticed something was up?
I mean, you guys are all friends. You guys all worked in some carnival or something together, right?
Plus, first of all, why would Crick poison him?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking you guys questions. Why would he poison him?
Yeah, I don't think he has anything to gain from that. I mean, Crick is harmless.
Right. I mean, goblins are known to sometimes do that. I mean, it's not uncommon to be traveling and get attacked by goblins on the road for no reason.
Well, look who's stereotyping people now.
I'm just putting it out there. I mean, it's not as common these days, I hear. But out in the big world, it used to be really common.
Well, all I can tell you is that out on that road, Crick and Scrim both have my back. So
Okay.
I'm not going to let it bother me.
So where were you sitting at the table? How close were you?
Oh, I was at the other end of the table.
Oh, with your brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
They had brought out, I think, some chicken. I mean, I was sitting there, feet up, when that fight broke out.
Yeah.
Now that was entertaining.
And did you eat any of the turnip porridge?
No, I mean, like, I took a little bit to, he seemed so excited about it.
Yeah.
Like it was going to be so great.
It's his favorite.
Yeah, I felt obligated to take a little bit, but I didn't really try it. I'm not a huge turnip fan.
Yeah, that's one of those things that even before he leaves, he sometimes tries to take some extra with him. So, but you feel fine. Nothing happened to you from the small amount you had?
No, I mean, I feel completely normal.
Okay. Is there anything else you want to say on the matter? Any ideas who might have possibly done it?
No, I mean, isn't that what you're supposed to figure out?
That's why I'm asking you.
Oh, well,
you were closer to it, so that's all.
I was a whole 6 feet away. There was nothing I could have done.
Okay. All right. Well, let's go back out there and
you know what? If I were you, I would talk to that cook or whoever put together his plate. Everybody knew he was going to take the biggest bowl, clearly, if he's been here so many times. And he loves it so much. Everybody knew he was going to take that bowl.
Yeah, but the cook
who gave him the bowl?
The cook loves it. Amora would never, ever do that. Amora loves praise. If you praise her for her food, you are solid with her. Now, if you say something bad about her food, maybe then she'd poison you. But not really. She's too much of a perfectionist. She would never taint her food that way.
Well, maybe that's just it, though. All he says is nice things about her porridge or, turnips or whatever.
Yeah,
what about everything else she tries to make? Maybe she was trying to convert him to some new recipe and he wouldn't even give it a shot. He's stubborn, spreading rumors among the locals about how she just can't hack it anymore. No. She can't keep it together.
You don't know Amora like I do. When I've gone in there and I've seen her in the kitchen, she's singing and dancing. She is always in a good mood. Always. There's no way. Even today, she was singing and dancing. She was super happy knowing Bort was coming to town. She loves seeing Bort. She sells extra of that porridge. That's her, that's it, man. She just wants praise. She doesn't do this for the money.
Can I just say what an incredibly shitty cop this is, that he completely eliminates a very viable suspect because, she wouldn't do that.
She's great. I'm telling you.
All right. Well, then, I'm telling you that Craig is not going to poison somebody.
It does say he's incompetent.
Grim and Craig are just fine being goblins.
Yeah, that checks out.
My brother is not going to hurt anybody. He's pretty much harmless. And Durgan, I just, he's everybody's best friend. I'm not even sure why you're interviewing us at this point. I mean, you've got 14 people that started a bar fight. Maybe that was a distraction.
Maybe. Well, let me think about this for a second. Let's go out there to the courtyard with all your friends.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's keep wasting time.
As he walks with you to the courtyard, it's man, she's got an attitude. So,
hello, friend.
Hello, Balthazar. Your sister's got a really bad attitude. I can see why she makes you sad. I definitely understand.
You said that I make you sad.
So
you're really blowing up my spot here, Rolf.
I honestly, thinking about this, I mean, you guys obviously helped with the wolves and, you haven't known Bort for very long, but at the same time, you guys mostly say nice things about him. I mean, there's clearly just no suspect. I don't have a clear suspect. I mean, no member of the caravan can be ruled out. I'm going to have to talk to all of them, but I've talked to most of them who were at least in there at the time. We don't have a jail. Look, I'm just going to be frank with you. We don't have a jail. I couldn't lock you guys up until we figured this out anyways, but I will need to turn this over to a circuit judge. The judge, Lord Mubbage Cranberry, will not be here though for about a month. So
Thanksgiving name?
Lord Mubbage Cranberry?
I was raised by wolves, and even I know that's an absolutely ridiculous name.
We'll take that one up with Jason Ballman.
Mubbage Cranberry. We all make mistakes.
Unless we figure out who committed this heinous crime, you guys have to at least stay in town for the next month. You can't leave.
A month.
For a month?
And
what are we supposed to do in town for an entire month?
I mean, there's plenty of jobs that you could do if you need money. I mean, you can always help on one of the farms. You know, there's lots of stuff.
You think I'm gonna work on a farm?
I mean, you look kind of athletic. I mean,
we are performers by trade.
You could perform shows. Maybe some of the people will pay you. But look, if you guys want to get out of here sooner than that, maybe. And he's looking at you guys, especially Durgan. I heard you took out a bunch of wolves on your own. Word spreads fast in this town. And look, if
not quite, but look, if we have an interest in getting to the bottom of this as well. Yeah. So why don't we work together?
So if you can solve this, you can leave. Like it's really that simple. You could leave earlier than a month if you figure this out. I mean, I'm going to do everything I can to figure it out too. You know, but if you guys look like someone who could probably figure it out too. So
I'm sure that we will. So we will get to the bottom of this. I assure you.
He comes over and shakes your hand, Durgan. You are probably the most honorable one in this group. You and the goblins. I'm really surprised. Balthazar is very true. Like, he speaks the truth. But that one, and he points at Madam, like, with trying not to let her see. He's like pointing, like, kind of through himself. It's like, keep an eye on her. She has got an attitude like no other. I don't know about her.
You may find that could be a benefit. So
I hope so. I hope you're right. So, I mean, if there's anything you guys need, I will gladly escort you to some, you know, if you want to go look at the body again. We can't leave him out in the room like that. Maybe Delma can, like, put him in the cellar or something. At least for the next month. Maybe he can be undisturbed.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Let's put the body in the cellar. Let's have the lady who cooked his food that poisoned him put his body in the cellar for
Delma's the bartender, and she just happens to run this place for now.
Well, maybe she picked out the bowl.
Yes.
We'll come back to you when we know more with solid information.
All right.
You should let Crick look at the bowl. He'd be most useful in examining its contents.
He turns to Crick. Do you guys want to go into the kitchen and look at the bowl?
I would like to look at the bowl.
We're investigating now. Apparently, we need to put on our investigator shoes.
Isn't this traditional at this point to ask if we get paid for doing this?
You get to leave earlier than a month if you figure this out, Balthazar. I don't have any money to pay you for this, but you're doing this to get yourselves back on the road.
We get to leave earlier, but best friend, moments ago you admitted that we do not have a jail and you would not be able to keep us here even if you wanted to.
I can't lock you up. I have nowhere to lock you up.
So there's nothing.
But I can make your stay here as comfortable as possible. I can possibly go to one of the dead houses and you guys could stay there, you know?
One of the what?
The dead houses. You know, the houses that have been vacant for like 30 years.
Dead house sounds beautiful. Yes, I would like a dead house.
Okay, I mean, it's probably not in the greatest shape, but we can find you a good one. Just be careful. There are some drunks that, you know, and some beggars that stay in a couple.
Oh, okay.
But, you know.
Is this a good deal, sister?
I mean, not really, but I don't feel like we have a ton of choice right now. Unless we just want to cut ties and spend the next month putting on, stellar performances for these 14 people that apparently live in this
Is
whole
there a
town.
way that we could do both investigate the crime and also perform for these people? Because that sounds fun.
Well, we could do that. There
Okay.
seems opportunity for compromise.
Let's go look at a bowl.
So he leads you guys back into the tavern.
To the bowl.
And
To the bowl.
As he walks into the tavern, he turns to Delma and says, "Delma, we need to go into the kitchen and check things out. Is that okay with you? Obviously it has to be, because we got to figure out what's going on here. Where'd you put the bowl? Is it in the kitchen? Yeah." And she is like, yeah, do what you got to do. I'll work with you in any way possible. And so he walks into the kitchen through the swinging door. And when you get back there, Delma does walk behind you guys and says, "The bowl is right over there. So is the spoon that he was eating it with. Also, everyone else's bowl that was at the table is right there too in that pile. Obviously, Boards is the bigger one, but yeah."
Do you have the pot that the
Yes. Yep.
was cooked in?
Yep, we have the pot, and we also have some extra. It's still like half full in there, because obviously we're going to be open for another couple hours, but that's obviously not happening now. We've closed the kitchen, so obviously.
Yeah, the pot's probably fine. Everyone's been eating the same stuff.
So Rolf says, "I wouldn't know where to begin. I've never had anything like this. Like I said, I'm in over my head. So, look at what you want, guys."
Yeah, I'll just put my hand on his shoulder and say, "We'll deal with in here. You go talk to the other members of the caravan."
I'll start pulling out my alchemist supplies and getting samples, scraping the bowl for some samples, to see if there's anything in there that would be not porridge.
Okay. He says, he turns to Durgan. I appreciate that. I knew I can trust you. You're awesome. And he just walks out, kind of some pep in his step. And
Balthazar walks up to Durgan and says, "Careful, that's my best friend."
I would never think of taking him from you.
Thank you.
But I think our investigation will run smoother if he is elsewhere.
You're probably right, because even though he's my best friend, don't tell him I said this, but I think he's very, very bad at his job. Just awful, atrocious, bad.
He won't hear it from me.
Thank you, Durgan. You two are my best friend.
And I just sort of nod and I go to my customary put my hand on his shoulder thing, but at the last second I kind of stop. and then I take just a little sniff to make sure it still smells like lilacs, and if it does, or lavender, I just
he's starting to stink.
I just put the index finger just on his shoulder and give it a little tap.
All right.
That means so much to me. Thank you.
He does the ghost hand on shoulder.
The hover hand.
Nice.
Yeah.
So Crick is examining the bowl.
Yes.
Okay.
Scrim is in the kitchen with his brother, but also looking for any extra chicken.
Ooh. Okay. So Crick, give me a crafting check. That's to identify alchemy.
Okay. So I get a plus 7 to this check, giving me an 8.
An 8.
How's that?
You rolled a natural 1.
I did.
So then that's a critical failure.
It is.
So what are you doing as you're trying to are you running your finger in it or something?
I take a big glob of it and put on my finger and sniff it and then lick it.
Oh no. You licked it out of his bowl?
I think that's what I did.
All right. So, with that, give me a fortitude saving throw.
That's a nat 20.
Okay.
Okay, so what is that with your bonus on it?
It's going to be a, let's see, what is that? A defense? That's a 26.
26? Okay. So then you critically succeed.
Yeah.
So you're good.
Yeah, it's not poisoned. It's fine.
I think
Checks
that's
out.
what it says. Hang on. Let me just double check on this.
If it's a fortitude save for poison, you just passing it enough should be enough that he didn't take the initial damage.
Yeah. Okay. So you're good. You're good. Nothing happened.
I guess the question though is like, would Crick recognize that something could have happened, and then he just shook it off? Like, did he like, "Ooh, that tastes like poison," or like what?
So, first of all, it's probably dry and hardened because it was all gone, other than like what's remaining at the drops of a bowl, right? So when he does it, it's not very much. It tastes normal, right? Obviously, if it didn't, Bort wouldn't have eaten the whole bowl and continue to rave about it. So it tastes completely normal. You can't taste anything different. It doesn't smell any different.
I'm gonna put almonds in this.
I love that you did that, by the way, Dave. I'm gonna give you a hero point just for doing that, just because. So, yeah, but again, doesn't taste any different, doesn't smell any different, nothing.
I don't know, guys. This seems fine to me.
Well, he didn't just like magically fall over,
I hold the
right?
I hold the. Oh, wait a minute. Scrim went somewhere else, didn't he?
No, Scrim's in the kitchen with you.
Oh, okay. I hold the bowl up to Scrim. Does this taste weird to you?
It smells like turnips.
It smells like stinky turnips.
Yeah, it tastes like stinky turnips too.
Scrim not liking that. Still suspicious.
Maybe there's something with the spoon. I'll examine the spoon.
Okay. Give me a check.
That is a 13.
Okay. So you're looking at it and you can't figure anything out. I mean, you think it may have been poisoned, but I mean, there's no dead giveaway on it.
Crick is starting to think maybe Dark Gods did this. It seems like the only explanation. You know, this place used to be called, and he looks around, Plaguestone.
Yes. Maybe as ghosts.
Oh, maybe.
So while they're doing that, I'd like to take a look at the body and examine it. Since I know my medical training how to help treat poison, I want to see if I can examine his body to see if I can learn maybe what kind of poison might be responsible for his death. If it's even that, or if it was something else.
Okay, so you're looking at his body?
Yeah.
Going back out to the dining room?
If it's still there yet. Yeah.
So it has been moved to the cellar. When you go out there, you see Rolf actually has a couple farmers with him who have already taken the body down to the cellar. He tells you, if you want to see the body, I mean, we can take you down there to see it.
I would appreciate that.
Okay. Yeah, so he kind of takes you behind the bar, and there's like a hatch and starts taking you down. You guys find anything in the kitchen up there?
They're still working on it.
Oh, okay. So as you get down in the cellar, there's a bunch of large casks of ale, a few old dusty bottles of wine, and Bort's body is in the center of the room. His flesh has turned an odd blue color in death.
Okay, that might be a valuable clue. So I'll just take some time examining it, however long it takes.
Give me a perception check.
Perception?
Yeah.
That is 22.
Okay, so as you're smelling the body, or not smelling, but looking over the body, you smell the faintest impression of a floral odor from the body.
Okay. Can I maybe try to identify that by...
Yeah, give me an nature check.
This ought to be good. Well, I rolled a 15, so that's 16 total.
It almost has like a smell of violet, like a violet.
Okay. And so now, again, using what knowledge I have of poisons from treating them, can I see if there's maybe any poison that might fit that description?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what skill that would be. Would that... See, in here it's kind of saying like crafting is to like do that, I think. Does that sound right to you? Identify alchemy. I don't see anything for...
Well, I was thinking it might just be under medicine.
Poison.
Just to treat it, yeah. I'm using my knowledge of treating it to see if there
That's
might...
a train... Are you trained in medicine, you said?
I am, yeah. Yep.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
Okay. That's actually pretty good, too. That's 23.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you would know that it is... There's a poison. It's uncommon, though, called Violet Breath. Basically, it lasts for like 6 minutes and can kill you in that 6 minutes pretty quickly. It's very painful.
Okay, so I'm going to take that knowledge back up to Crick, because he may know what ingredients might be necessary for that and if it's available around here.
Okay. Do you share that information with Rolf?
I'll just tell him based on my examinations, he was, as you can tell, he was clearly poisoned. I think I might have a lead on what it is, but I don't want to give you information and end up being a dead end. So once I know a little bit more, I will get back to you.
Okay. Yeah, let's get back into the kitchen then. And you said you wanted to talk to one of the goblins, right? Crick, I think you said?
Yes, Crick. His knowledge of alchemy might be invaluable here.
Okay. With that, though, as you start making your way up the stairs and all that, we will take a quick break. So we will be right back in 5 more minutes as we investigate the death of Bort in a
Goodbye,
meal
friends.
to die for. Be right back, guys. All right, we are back. So we left off with Durgan coming back up into the kitchen. The sheriff Rolf was right with him, and yeah, he opens the door and lets you back in there, and just kind of stands there and says, "So, you want to share with your friends what you just told me?"
Yes, absolutely. Crick, may I have a moment of your time?
Yeah, what's up?
So I examined Bort's body, and I noticed something kind of unusual. Not only did his body sort of become this weird shade of blue, but he also had this almost flowery smell to him. Like you would expect it to be starting decomposition, but it was more
Like me? Did he smell like me?
He smelled more like you right after your bath.
Perhaps he took a bath as well.
Blue and flowery. Already, these kind of seem like improvements.
So, I studied a little bit about poisons in my training, but I don't know much about how to actually craft them. But this reminds me of a poison I read about called Violet Breath. Do you know anything about it?
I don't know. Did they give him violet breath?
In a sense, yes.
Would I know anything about violet breath?
Well, let me ask you, would you know anything about an uncommon virulent poison?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Like he experimented in college a little bit with poison, but it wasn't to his liking, so he didn't stick with it.
Just recreationally?
You probably, upon him saying that, you probably do now realize, like, oh yeah, I guess it did kind of smell like violet, but I just thought that was the turnips or something.
So then I'll turn back to the sheriff and just ask him. It's like, is there anyone in this town that might be good at brewing things? Like, do you have an apothecary or a healer?
No, I mean, let me think about that. We do have a ranger that kind of comes in and out of town every now and then. I mean, she kind of stays out for the most part, but I mean, she's I don't know. She's quiet.
Recently?
Delma's nice to her. No, she was here a couple days ago. I mean, she's always kind of in and out of town. She's usually hanging out in the wilderness. She says she sees like some, dirty wolves and things, kind of like what you encountered before.
Did she have any run-ins with Bort?
No, as far as I know, there's not a relationship there.
Durgan, is this violent breath? Is it like an herb? Is it a plant? Is it something that has to be brewed up?
Well, that's what I was hoping you would know. I only know how to help treat it. Not as I can't recall much about if it mentioned anything about how to create it.
Well, now that you mention it, that spoon had a little bit of a smell to it. Maybe I can try and extract something from there. So I've got, I'm trained in thievery, occultism, engineering, crafting, and arcana. So I, depending on what this poison is based on, I don't know if any of those help. Other than the alchemy.
You have alchemical lore? Is that a skill? Or
I mean, it probably could be.
Crafting.
Yeah, it would just be a crafting check, I guess. So what are you trying to do exactly, Dave?
See if I can extract anything from the spoon. I don't know in my alchemy kit, like if there's any kind of like savants that like break things down to their components.
Yeah, give me a crafting check and we'll see how well you roll and go from there.
All right, so let's see. I got these points I could spend, right?
Before he does
Hero
that,
points, yeah, you can reroll.
Would I be able to help aid him with the knowledge that I had? I think it only gives you like a +2 bonus, but every little bit helps.
Sure, I would say that would be possible.
That would bring me up to a 17. Now, like I've been playing a lot of 5e over the last couple of years, so I don't know the scales the same way.
It's a little bit higher because for example, the way crits, whether it's a natural 1 or a natural 20 works, it gives you another level. So like say you succeed with a roll of 24, If you rolled a critical, a 20,
Yeah.
it makes it now a critical.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm
Whereas
gonna
if you failed at a
hero
24, it just means you succeeded, right?
I'm going to spend my hero point. And I rolled an 11. I have a 7. That's 18. And if he aids me and it gives me a +2, that would be a 20.
Okay. So you're kind of looking in this this mostly dried up porridge, and it looks like there's like really tiny like flakes, like super tiny, like smaller than a grain of salt, like on your French fries, like that you can kind of make out. That don't look like they were on the other bowls when you look carefully.
Okay, so I'll try and separate that stuff out.
Okay. Trying to separate it is really hard. In fact, you probably can't just because of how small of a tool you would need.
Okay.
But you definitely can see there's a difference when you're looking really closely.
Like as you said, it's just like a speck, though, right?
Yeah, but there's more than like one. It's not like, oh, there's like a flake of dirt in this. Like there's more than that in this one bowl.
Does it make me think of powders? Does it make me think of fibers?
It almost could be disguised as a spice, probably.
Okay. Am I able to look at it and extract like, oh, this is a mineral, or this is this comes from a plant?
It looks like it's from a plant.
I think talking to that ranger might be really useful.
Do you have a way of contacting her?
I mean,
I asked
she
the
lives
sheriff.
in town, but usually she's out in the woods. She comes in every couple days. She'll definitely come into this tavern in the next couple days for sure. But I don't have a way to just get a hold of her.
And how would we be able to distinguish her?
You'll know. She's got an arm that's got covered with a special glove on her right hand. Special gauntlet. It's leather, but it looks kind of fancy. She got burned in the Goblin Wars. And he looks over at the two goblins with you as he says that.
How long ago were the Goblin Wars?
Over 10 years ago.
That's like 3 generations ago. You weren't involved in that at all.
You called my friend Durgan a thing, and now you're throwing shade at my goblin friends. And if you keep doing racist things like this, I'm not sure we're going to be best friends.
That wasn't racist. Like, seriously, the Goblin Blood Wars were a big deal.
But they had nothing to do with it. They just like to blow things up and eat chicken.
Yes, I understand. I mean, I'm not throwing. Would you say shade? What is that? Throwing shade? Is that like another spell? I don't know spells.
Mean things that make me sad.
There was nothing mean about that.
Okay.
I said nothing mean. I just answered the truth. She's been here since the Goblin Blood Wars. She has some kind of injury, and she wears a special glove on her right hand.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Durgan and Madam there should talk to the ranger. Us 3 could like do something else instead.
Interesting.
Would you like me to talk to the ranger?
No. I think your skills are better suited maybe elsewhere.
Okay. What?
I think we'll have to wait for her anyway. It doesn't sound like there's an easy way to track her down. And if she's out of town and we're not supposed to leave the town, then she has to come to us.
Where's our house? We can build a trap.
Yes.
I don't think that's necessary to trap the ranger.
You could leave a note.
Yes, note seems more reasonable.
Excellent trap note it is.
I don't think
we could. He said
maybe I'll
that
write
she would come. That she would come to the tavern. We could just come here in the evenings, right?
Yeah, she would probably be here, in the next
For
couple
dinner.
days. Well, she usually restocks on supplies because obviously Delma also sells some supplies behind the bar.
So Delma, who was working in the kitchen?
Amora and Finnick were in here earlier. So were the servers at times. Just those four.
Are they still here?
I mean, they are, but they're outside. I told them they could leave, but Rolf was gonna try and ask them all what's going on. Would you like to talk to anyone?
Scrim
Maybe
should
eventually.
talk to them. He's really good about getting people to talk about things they don't want to talk about. Because if they don't, he just like stabs them.
Whoa! No stabbing anybody.
I noticed that Finnick is somewhat timid. Perhaps maybe Scrim and Crick, if you could talk to him, you being of the same kin might put him at ease.
Balthazar, is this another one of those racist things?
No, I think that one checks out. I think Durgan has a point there.
Oh, good. I didn't think so because Durgan is such a good person.
Rolf says, "Do you want me to go find Finnick and get him in here for you guys?"
Yes.
Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. And as he starts to go, Delma says, "Oh, wait, actually, he left around the time of the bar fight. He left.
Left to go where?
I don't know. He just left when the fight was going on."
Where does he
That's
live?
not good. Goblins love bar fights.
Does he live in towns?
I mean, yeah. I mean, everyone around here lives here. I mean, I don't know exactly where he stays, but yeah, he's around town. He should be back tomorrow. I mean, if you want to ask him, he's always here on time. Every day, you'll see him tomorrow.
Scrim
Okay.
thinks
He's great
maybe
help.
we should go find our free house and clean it up and make ready to sleep.
It's called a dead house. Use the proper title, Scrim.
Free dead.
Free dead. But
Before
I don't mean to, again, throw shade on anyone, but the goblin Finnick left very quickly moments before Bort died, and the fact that you don't find that remotely suspicious is actually kind of strange to me.
Finnick's great. He wouldn't do that. There's no reason.
Again,
yeah, everybody in this town is amazing. Nobody would do anything bad to anybody, and nobody
someone
should be
did
a
a bad-
suspect.
During
Someone
the
did a
fight,
bad thing,
if you
so-
remember, there were multiple people who left during the fight too.
Yeah, but it's really suspicious for a goblin to leave a bar fight. Like,
There was someone who was being particularly rude towards Finnick before the bar fight broke out.
was it Bort?
No, it
that
wasn't
was
Bart.
hours. You're talking about hours before. Halad. He was kind of a bully to him when you guys
Yeah.
first walked into the bar.
Yeah, the big guy.
Yeah, that was hours before that.
Okay.
I mean, that still might have been a wound, that made him want to lash out at. Maybe had we
A lot of the
considered the
farmers
fact
are
that
mean.
perhaps the poison was not intended for Bort.
Delma tells you guys, she's like, actually, a lot of the farmers are kind of mean to Finnick, but Finnick's such a good help around here. Like, we obviously give him, meals and we take care of him.
Perhaps you should treat him nicer, seeing as how he does
We
much
treat
for you.
We treat him great, but it's
Or-
the patrons sometimes are kind of rude. He is a goblin, and nothing against goblins. I love goblins. I love Finnick. He's basically like our little brother around here. But yes, they are mean to him, and I've tried, softening them, and they just pick on him. I feel bad for the guy.
Do you have lots of goblin friends?
No, Finnick's the only one. There's no other goblins here, other than you two now. Well, not you, but those two.
We should talk to your kin, Scrim and Crick.
have you
might
tried
know his
stabbing
name.
them when they're mean to him?
No, Finnick would not hurt a soul. He wouldn't
No,
hurt a fly.
not Finnick. You could stab them for him and be like, "Bad."
No, I would never do such a thing. That's so evil.
It's not evil. It helps motivate people. Yeah.
Well, before we incriminate ourselves any further, perhaps it would be a good opportunity to get a rest after a long and somewhat trying day.
Where is best free dead house?
On the north side of town? Not even a block north.
Okay. May I pick out the dead house?
Yes.
Well,
Make sure there's no dead in there.
there's a couple on the left that are more likely to be okay. Just so you guys know.
What's on the right?
The nicer ones that all the homeless people stay in.
Oh. Are they nice homeless people?
I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Also, if
as
they
nice
live
as
in a
they could be
house,
for drunks.
if they live in a house, aren't they technically not homeless?
They don't own the house. Every now and then I go and clear them out, but they always come back.
Why would you do that?
Are we homeless?
No,
think
you
we
guys are
might be
doing a
homeless.
service for us, and so we're letting you stay for free.
I
we
don't
are
own a home.
homeless. I don't own a home either, so I think we are homeless.
Yeah, but you're travelers. That's different.
Is it? I mean, I feel like this is a really, really
No,
blurry line.
it's pretty much the same.
Yeah.
It's okay to be homeless. We are proud to be homeless.
Well, it's not the same to me. So you guys are, well, most of you seem to take care of yourselves.
Yes. Let's go find a dead home to make our dead home for the living.
Will we see you here tomorrow? I can get everyone here if you want to question them.
Okay.
Please do.
Sure.
Okay. As you guys walk out, Delma's like, I'm closing up for the night. I've seen enough excitement. And as the last person exits, she will lock the front door, which is probably the first time, maybe ever, that the door to the tavern and inn has ever been locked shut.
Good night, Dalma. Thank
And
you for
you
the
hear
bath.
her right before that. She did tell Rolf, I won't disturb anything in the kitchen. We'll leave it as it is. I won't let anyone go into the cellar. Like we'll preserve everything as best we can. And then she locks the door. As you guys walk out, though, you see near the wagons the caravan, and they're all standing there. And the gnome walks up to you guys and says, "Oh, we're all paying our respects to Bort. Would you like to join us before you go wherever you're going?"
Yes. I promise to not make him stand or anything this time.
So as you guys walk over there, you can see everyone has like tears in their eyes, bags under their eyes. It's probably been a couple hours since he's died. It's late, it's probably like a 2 or 3 in the morning at this point. And when you get over there, they make room for you to kind of get in with them. And, the half-orc woman is not saying anything. She's just kind of standing there looking down at the ground. And Ulf and Ulf are sharing different stories. And they start in with, "Oh, man, I remember that chilled giant story. Oh, it was so great. In that tale, Bort was traveling through one of the high mountain roads in the Five Kings Mountains when his caravan was captured by a fire giant. As Bort was being lowered into a kettle, he managed to trick the giant into using a rare plant called frost bloom in his soup, claiming it was quite spicy. When the giant tasted the broth, it froze his mouth shut, and Bort was able to escape with his entire crew during the confusion. I wish I was part of that caravan. Sounds so gnarly." Oh, it was great.
Heard it.
That seems eerily.
Yeah, it seems like Bort knows his way
Familiar.
around some interesting.
Ulf is like, "Oh, but what about the other one? The one about the comb? One day while Bort was crossing the waters of a lake in Carthen, his boat was set upon by a mighty storm and the ship capsized. As the sea took him, the crafty merchant grabbed hold of one of his treasured lock boxes as he slid beneath the waves, only to awake in front of Pharasma, about to be judged for... Alas, the Lady of Death could not decide his fate because her hair was being tousled by the storm winds that brought Bort before her. Not wanting to be inconsiderate, the merchant dug through his lockbox and found a silver comb that he gave to the lady to tame her hair. So impressed was she by the gift that she returned the dwarf and his entire crew to the shores of the lake, alive and well. That would have been an expedition I would have loved to be on."
Yes, that sounds like quite the
That sounds like bullshit, doesn't it?
Who do you say that to?
To Muriel.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That-
pretty much.
I think Bort might have been full of shit.
I mean, I think this whole thing is getting blown way out of proportion.
Well,
And-
he is dead. That part's true.
As
I
that's
mean-
happening,
Yeah, but
a bottle of very expensive wine gets passed to Scrim. It's your turn. Do you have anything you want to say about Bort? And he gives you the bottle of wine.
Bort was not mean to Scrim. And maybe Bort was killed on accident. And Scrim looks over at Balthazar. Maybe poison wasn't meant for Bort.
But, yes, that is a brilliant theory you've come up with, Scrim.
Scrim did not come up with this. Scrim
No.
had ears, big ears for listening and hearing.
You're making me self-conscious, Scrim.
What's that?
I don't like the attention because now people are looking at me, and now I fear that perhaps they expect me to say something also.
Well, then Scrim thought of this idea. Scrim is smart and can
Yes.
figure out mysteries.
Very smart, Scrim.
Yes.
Can I
That
have
is
some
all.
of that wine?
Yeah, speak, Balthazar.
Scrim does not drink
Oh, is
gross
that
human wine.
is
It's
when we
Elven.
drink the wine?
It's Elven.
Ah!
It's expensive.
Elven wine. Elven
from
wine
Fionin.
is worse.
Wh-
Elf wine is worse.
When we drink the wine, we have to say something. Is that how it works?
Yeah, if you could say something nice about Bort, that would be fantastic.
Bort had 2 arms and 2 legs, and that's impressive because he did lots of things where he could have lost limbs, but he did not because he was very strong and very brave. And he told me that story about the fire giant too many times, more times than I wanted to hear the story, but he kept telling it. And it changed a little bit every time, and he probably thought I did not notice, but I did. But even though that makes me think that it's probably not a true story, it was still a very good story, and I really liked the way that he told it. He was very good at telling stories about himself, and I admire that in a person, living or dead. And I just want to say that I'm sorry that I made Bort stand up and do things after he was dead. I know
at this
some people
point,
don't like
Muriel's
that.
gonna grab the bottle from Balthazar to try and get him to stop.
When you grab
talking
it,
about...
does Balthazar lose a finger or something? Like as she jerks it out?
She jerks it away, and yeah, like his index and middle finger go with it. It's still attached to the bottle. Oh, can I have those back? You can take the wine, but I need those.
Oh, yeah. I'll hand him his fingers back. Muriel is going to chug the bottle of wine, and then she is
The 2
going
human males
to-
are like, speak.
she takes the bottle and she shoves it over to Durgan, and she says, "Your turn."
At this point, the bottle's empty, Durgan.
Yes,
So
that-
perhaps
that's
the rules
fine.
were perhaps the rules were unclear, but you're supposed to say something when you drink the wine.
I did. I told Durgan it's his turn.
Oh, no, you're right.
I mean,
that
I was
fits.
like Bort was cool. Everybody knows that, you know. It's implied.
Oh, no, you're right. I think you are within the rules. Go ahead, Durgan. Your turn.
So I just hold the bottle up and like say that even though our time with Bort was, and I don't mean to rhyme here, but short, he was someone who
in our midst.
he was a man who lived, by all accounts, a very full life, and many of us would be blessed to have had a fraction of the experiences that he did. Hopefully, despite his untimely demise, that he has found his way to the side of Torog and is regaling his own god with the tales that he has lived through. And then I just sort of hold the bottle up and just pass.
Huzzah!
That's beautiful, Durgan. The gnome woman says, the short gnome woman.
And then I pass it over to Tamley.
Tamley doesn't take it, and she kind of goes like this. And Crick is standing right there. Does Crick grab it?
Crick will actually pull out his own flask, saying that
I was just going to say, I was going to whisper to her, it's empty.
the bottle is
She'll
empty.
take it. Seeing it, she sets it down and pulls out a new one. And like seeing Crick with his own flask, she just kind of holds the bottle for a minute as Crick starts doing his thing.
So Crick will take a pull. Yeah. Bort, he was great. We met him in a tavern, and he's like, "Hey, we got a caravan. You can come with us, and we'll pay you or something." Maybe that part I might have added. I'm not entirely sure, but he was really good, and like, you know, some of the other people said he wasn't mean to us, so that was good. And I'm really sorry he's dead, and I don't know who poisoned him or why, and I don't know if it was an accident, like Scrim said, and maybe they meant to poison someone else. But we're gonna get to the bottom of this. Yeah. Go Bort.
Go, Bort.
So Tamley's got a new bottle, and she takes a big swig. And at this point, you guys can see the sun is beginning to rise. And she says, Bort was more than just a merchant, more than just the boss. He was my friend. We won't leave here until we've found out who did this. Rolf's a fool, but I'd be, and she says that while looking at you, Balthazar. And she says, but I'd be an even greater fool if I thought I could get to the bottom of this. Fixing wagons and moving goods, that's my job. But you, she says, pointing at all of you, you might be able to figure out who killed Bort and get justice for him. She holds back tears as she has like a quiver in her voice. For all of us, will you help uncover who did this?
Mm-hmm. And also so we can leave sooner.
I'll just say it's our every intention to uncover what happened here and bring the guilty to justice.
We'll be forever grateful. I don't know what's going to happen with the caravan if we'll ever do this again. I don't know what's going to happen with our wagon. I don't know. I don't know who's going to inherit them. I mean, that's a whole different thing. Who cares, really, at this point? But we need justice for Bort. Hashtag justice for Bort.
Yep, that's the new tweet. Thank you.
Bort will be avenged. We will find that which poisoned him and bring it to justice.
Does that mean that we're going to find the thing that or person that killed Bort and then kill that thing or person?
Maybe not kill. We'll see.
But there's a possibility.
The sooner
Yes.
we can figure it out and get out of this godforsaken Plaguestone, the better.
Whoa, hey, you're not supposed to say that. The rules are
Right
very
now,
clear.
I don't care. This place is hell.
Oh,
And that's, by the way, that's Ulf saying that. One of the two brothers.
Ulf. I mean, it's just some poison soup. Let's not go calling it hell. It's fine. We will find the person or thing that killed Bort, and then we will either kill or not kill it, I believe is the current plan. Do I have that right, Durgan?
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Thank you, best friend.
Oh, you're welcome.
Cookie makes he's got his neck cricked, and he makes his way into the back of the one wagon. He's like, I'm gonna go and just lay down. And the gnome woman says, yeah, it's probably time to try to fall asleep, I guess. I don't know if we're gonna be able to, but yeah. And she kind of walks off too and makes her way into the back wagon as well.
Good night. We're going to go sleep in a dead house.
Yes, dead house.
Ulf and Ulf are like, that sounds awful. Good luck with that.
I think it sounds quite delightful.
Be careful.
I will withhold judgment.
Be careful. You never know who might come in there and try to steal from you.
I have
Well, if
nothing
it's good
with
enough
Why
for the
does
homeless, it's good
everybody
enough
keep
for us.
saying that?
Yeah, sometimes from what I've
Crick will
heard.
make traps. Anyone trying to steal will explode and burn, and their flesh will melt.
I hope you sleep on the top floor.
Yes, that's a good idea. Make their flesh melt if they try to take our things.
I mean, so do we want to head towards this house?
Dead house.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys are able to pick wherever you want to be. If you don't even want to be towards the center of town, if you go to the far northern part, you could stay on the edge of town. You basically have your pick of any abandoned house, is what it comes down to.
Let's let Balthazar choose. He was the one that got the deal in the first place.
All right.
This has made me happier than I've ever been, Durgan.
Well,
Thank you.
that is what friends are for.
Thank you, best friend.
It's going to take some getting used to.
I will pick out the best dead house that anyone's ever picked out. And he just randomly just points at that one. No, no deliberation here. It's like whatever is in eyesight. He's like, that one. It's perfect.
Just mid-sentence.
Yeah, I will pick out the best one. That. It's perfect.
So-
I'm in.
So this house, again, all the houses look identical, right? But the disrepair is crazy. Like there's no shingles on half these roofs, like they're there, but they're in really bad shape. And the one that Balthazar points at is probably the worst, right? Like as can be
Of course it
expected.
is.
In fact, the door isn't even on. Like there's no door. There's what's left of a door that's like the top half, but the bottom half looks like at some point something had like scratched through it, maybe, because there's like scratch marks on the bottom part of what's left of the door, and there's a giant hole at the bottom, right? When you go up to open it, it just swings open freely. Who's going in first?
I'll go in first.
Okay.
I will come with you, best friend.
Give me a perception check.
That is 19.
Okay. When you walk in, you can see the floor is rotted. It's water damage over the years. And even looking up, because this is a 2-story house, it's like one room, some stairs, and there's something upstairs, right? The room's probably a good maybe 15 by 15. And you can see like joists that hold the floor above you that look like they're fine in spots. There's definitely rot, but if you had to guess, you think it could hold you up. You've been in places that looked worse, right?
Did you say rot?
Yeah.
You picked out such a great house, brother.
It has lots of rot. I like rot.
Mm-hmm. This looks
perfect.
promising for all of us.
I'm so glad you agree, and I'm happy that I could make you happy with my choice of house.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Thank you. Should we look at other houses? Do you not like this one?
Oh,
I'm
no.
learning to pick up on your tone.
It's gonna be perfect.
Scrim would like to go just to the doorway, and in Goblin he calls out, "Is anyone hiding in here? Finnick?"
No noise. Nothing replies.
Scrim thinks next house.
Okay.
What's wrong with this one?
This one more rotten than a fishing shack in Goblin Village.
Is that very rotten? A
Yes.
fishing shack? It sounds wonderful.
Well, Scrim, you can pick one out if you want to. But it is getting late, so somebody pick something.
Scrim can see in the dark.
By late, it's like
Good dead
5
house.
in the morning, 6 in the morning.
Yeah, I can see in the dark too. I got dark vision.
So by late, it's actually getting it's
The
actually
sun's
early.
rising.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Quite
or
early.
it's-
Yeah.
It actually rose when you guys were standing back at the wagons.
Yeah, I need to get some sleep.
Scrim runs to the next house over.
Mhm.
And using his 7 layers of ultimate stealth would like to perception and then stealthily investigate the next house.
Okay. Give me perception first.
Perception would be a total of 23.
Okay. When you start walking up to this house, this one definitely has some people in it. They're like sleeping on the floor when you kind of peek through the door. What was your stealth, by the way?
Ooh, the stealth was 17.
Okay. Yeah, you open the door. There's a couple people passed out, sleeping in the corner.
Humans?
Humans, yes. Yep.
Slovenly?
Yeah.
In Goblin, I call out again. Is anyone here? Finnick?
What? No. What? No, there's no Finnick here. Gosh. It's still, we need to go back to sleep. Get out of here. Go find your own house.
Scrim goes to the next house. 23 perception.
This one's empty, from what you can tell.
Does it have rot?
Yeah. Is
Yes.
it
Not
any
as
better
bad.
than the first one?
Oh yeah, much better. It is still, wet rot, but like more just soft wood at this point, not like holes in the floor.
Does it
This
look
bottom
like
floor
wolves?
is good.
Does it look like wolves tried to scratch their way in?
No. The door is rough, but it closes.
Scrim leans out the door and does his special 3-finger whistle, which is really loud, and he whistles for Crick.
I will kind of head over there and be somewhat stealthy. Was it the stealth whistle or was it just the
Stealth
It
whistle.
was the doesn't care at all loud waking everybody up whistle.
Oh,
And, like-
never mind.
Does the thumbs up. This is good free dead house.
Oh,
And as I walk in and wave everyone to follow.
I would like to just thoroughly explore this entire house. Like Scrim almost acrobatically, enthusiastically explores this house. Like
Okay.
he parkours up the wall and grabs a timber and pulls himself up to the second floor and like looks around,
Give me
knocks on the wood.
Give me a perception check for downstairs, and then give me a perception check for upstairs.
Okay, the downstairs perception check is a total of 20.
Okay.
The natch. The upstairs is 25 total, and that was a nat 20.
Oh, okay. So when you downstairs, you're like searching, you find like a floorboard that like lifts, but like it's nailed in still pretty good, but you can like peek in it. So nothing on the bottom floor. As you get upstairs and you're peeking around, you see there's like slats on one of the walls, and you kind of peel it back, and you can see something shiny.
Shiny.
Yeah. Now, what's your intelligence?
Oh, it's a whopping 8.
A whopping 8. So you're like, I don't know what this is.
No, he most definitely would take out his dagger and poke it. Not hard, just gently poke it.
It looks valuable.
Ooh.
It's not a coin, though. It's not like money.
Yeah, Scrim doesn't care. He's dumb, so he reaches in and takes this bauble. What is it?
It's a potency rune. I don't know what they're supposed to look like. I was trying to look it up real quick. But
A ring?
a potency rune. It's like a temporary thing you can apply to a weapon.
Oh.
I think it's temporary. Draven would know. He's the rules guy.
Yeah, he doesn't. Yeah. So
I think potency runes are permanent.
Okay, they are permanent.
Yeah, they are permanent. Yeah.
All right, so you find a potency rune.
So Scrim doesn't know what it is, but he's certain that his smart brother would. So he like jumbles down 3 stairs at a time and gets down to this downstairs, and he's like, he holds it up and he's like, I eat this, little man? What is it, brother?
Let me take a look at it.
It's shiny. Scrim found it in the walls.
In the walls?
Hidden.
Is there any more stuff in the walls?
Maybe. Upstairs and downstairs are clean. Lady Muriel can sleep.
It's not a potion.
No, it's a thing.
I know. I usually know about potions. It doesn't look like a bomb. Poke it and tap it.
Are you doing
Maybe
this in front of the
Balthazar.
rest of the party?
Yes.
Maybe Balthazar knows.
What is that you have over there?
It's a shiny thing that Scrim found in the walls.
Can I look at it, Scrim?
Yes.
Yeah. What's this thing look like? I'm sorry.
It's
So that's
like-
it looks like a it's not a coin. It's Balthazar. Give me an occult check, by the way. You might recognize it as a potency rune.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I don't actually know what they look like, so I can't.
So they would be etched onto something. So it might be like a.
Like on a stone
Well,
or a globe or.
So it depends on if it's armor or weapon.
It'd
but
be
if
for a
it's
weapon.
Fun facts.
It would probably be inscribed on maybe just a piece of metal.
Yeah,
or,
a slab of
or on a
iron
weapon.
or something.
Yeah.
Fun fact about Balthazar. He's stupid as shit. And I have the same intelligence as Scrim. I have an 8. So I rolled a 10, so I got a 9 with my -1 modifier.
Should have been me who made that occultism check, I guess.
So
no idea.
Actually, it's on this. It's called a potency crystal.
Oh, the crystal might be a
Is
consumable.
that different?
Yeah, that might be different.
All right, we'll just go with the potency rune. Either way, it's if you could put it into a weapon and get +1 to hit an attack.
Oh, I thought it was like magical Viagra.
No, it's +1 to hit.
Yeah, so the crystal is consumable. So the crystal's a one-time thing.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's not a crystal. It's a rune.
I think you can eat it, Scrim.
Don't eat it. That sounds like a bad idea. You shouldn't just eat things you find in the walls.
Lady Muriel, look at it. See if she knows.
Oh, you know what I do have? There is actually something I could do. I have a
I
cantrip.
will take it and I will, first of all, cast Detect Magic.
Oh yeah, I was gonna do read aura, same thing, determine if it's magic. I forgot I could do that. It's a cantrip.
Yep.
Yes. You could just do it freely.
Yeah, cantrip, read aura. I can tell if it's magical, and I determine the school of magic.
I believe that would be an enchantment for a +1 weapon, right?
Sounds
It's
right,
just
yeah.
+1 to hit.
Yeah.
It's not damage.
Yeah. And I'll just tell Scrim that you don't want to eat metal. It's really bad for your digestion.
It smells like magic. What do you
Don't
think
eat
it is,
it.
sister?
I don't think you should eat it.
Balthazar
for
say
sure.
it's not like magic. How can Scrim put with magics.
There's probably a way to activate it or something. You know, you gotta find somebody who knows something about it.
Maybe just hold on to it, Scrim. And take back what I said. Don't eat it.
I can
Scrim
ask
tucked
some
it into
people
his
some questions.
Scrim tucks it into his armor.
Very good, Scrim.
Scrim
did
will
you
save
think?
it.
What did you think of the new dead house, Scrim?
This free dead house is very good, very clean. Scrim looked very thoroughly around it. Is safe. Lady Muriel can sleep upstairs. Is nice and dark and quiet.
Yes, let's get some sleep.
Okay. Thank you, Scrim. I'm sorry you didn't like my dead house.
It wasn't bad dead house if we were planning ambush, but this dead house safer.
Okay.
Scrim will sleep down here, so can hear if someone tries to come in.
That's very
It's better
smart.
if we don't fall through the floors.
Yeah,
I'll
we
try.
should probably all stay down here.
I agree. And I'll try harder next time to find a good dead house.
Is there a bathtub?
Roll a percentile, Balthazar. roll your 100.
Ah, yes. The return of the
Sorry, I had
golf
to,
ball.
20% chance.
5.
Yeah,
So,
there's a bath.
roll under percentile. Hell yeah. Bathtub.
I will set up my bedroll in the bathtub.
That's something I would do.
Scrim will roll his bedroll out on the wall that's the same wall as the door that enters the cottage, but not like right in front of the door, but just in from it.
Okay.
And he will sleep there.
Okay. Yeah. So you guys are all able to camp out where you want. Is anybody staying awake at all?
I'll keep a bit of a
We
watch.
probably should.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Anybody who doesn't get, I'd say 6 hours of sleep is going to suffer from a level of exhaustion. By the way.
Oh no, we've got lots of time. We could get extra sleep.
Yeah.
I want
I'm
to
just
set
gonna
up one of my
throw it.
alchemist pots like above the door. So if someone opens it, it falls.
Oh, okay.
What's in the pot? Nothing?
Do a craft
Or just-
check for me.
All right. These dice kind of hate me.
Is it just gonna like an empty pot falls on their head, or are you gonna fill it with something? You're
It's a
muted.
potency crystal. You were right. Sorry. It's a +1 striking weapon for the rest of the turn, gaining a +1 item bonus to the attack roll, and increasing the damage on a hit to 2 weapon damage dice.
Yeah. So yeah, striking is pretty good.
Yep. Okay. Sorry about that.
You're muted, Dave. I saw you talking, but you're muted.
17.
Yeah, you're able to fix your alchemical bomb above the door. No problem.
In that case, I will sleep, but I will sleep far away from the door.
Are you staying downstairs or are you going upstairs?
I'll stay downstairs at the very least, so that way if the bomb does go off, I'll be able to hear it and hopefully stop anyone from getting to my allies.
Did Muriel go upstairs?
Yeah, on second thought, I think I'm actually going to try and find my own room upstairs.
There are a couple rooms up there.
Yeah,
upstairs
maybe
is split
just-
up that way.
Yeah, just a small room, but close to the top of the stairs, just in case anything
Yeah, like
happens.
the first room.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds
Okay.
great.
Is there a basement or like root cellar under or crawl space under the floorboards?
Roll your D100 and 50% chance that there is a crawl space that you can get to.
You just want to make me roll the D100, and I'm fine.
You
with that.
said you never get to roll it. I'm trying to. help you out.
I mean, especially on my tiny ass desk here where it goes flying off. I rolled a natural 1
So
on a D100.
there is a crawl space. As soon as you lift the door, you see another one of those potency crystals.
Hey!
Just because you rolled a natural 1, that's the only reason.
Oh, right on.
It's nice
Takes
as
the
it too.
potency crystal, and looks around, and then goes to Durgan and says, "I got you something, best friend."
I appreciate it. Are you sure you wouldn't have use for it?
I don't really know what it does, so I don't think so. But it's very pretty and shiny, and I thought you might like it.
Well, I do. I really appreciate it. Thank you, and I'll take it from him. And I'll take it like sort of gently to ensure that none of his appendages come with it.
Come with it. Thank you. I appreciate your restraint. Good night, best friend. I'm going to go sleep underneath the floor.
That feels like it's something that should bother me, but I think I've just come to expect it from him by now. So I just tell him to sleep well.
Thank you. And he lays down, like gets under the floorboards, like in the crawl space. Like, so imagine this like a crawl space under like a trailer where there's like dirt in there and stuff.
Oh, 100%. It's nothing but dirt.
Yep.
And like you're basically like 3 inches from the floor, and you could see through the cracks, like right there.
I feel like you would also like make eye contact the whole time you're shimmying down
with whoever's sleeping there on the floor.
Yeah.
It's like,
and then he gets down. He you know, when he sleeps, he likes to simulate death a little bit. So he lays down and just like kicks some dirt, like no blankets, just like scrapes some dirt and just like puts it over the top of himself. And just like
snow angeling to get himself embedded in.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tucking himself in with dirt and like get some worms in there and like whispers to a beetle like good night as he falls asleep.
He's like cuddling with the worms and beetles.
Oh, the worms love him. They're attracted to him. So he's got worms and shit. Yeah. He's got worms and shit all over him, and he feels very comfortable right now. It's like he's getting like little worm massages all up and down his back as he lays in the dirt.
Extra nutrients.
He's so cozy. Yeah, this is heaven. He's never had a home this nice before. This is beautiful.
I mean, if you want to make your forever home in Plaguestone, I'm sure you could.
I think he might. Yeah, I think he might have a homestead here now from now on. And he just like knocks on the floorboards like, "Good night, friends." And he has a very cute little snore. He just like.
That's how you know he's sleeping good.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's out. He's so peaceful right now.
Awesome. I love it. So both the goblins, are you staying near the door too?
Scrim is, but
okay.
But Crick's in the bathtub.
Yeah, I'm wherever.
Oh, that's right. That's right. All right.
And also, you know what? I can make Thunderstone, so I'm going to switch out that Alchemist Fire for a Thunderstone.
Oh, okay. And then Durgan, what's your plan?
If it's not an explosive anymore, I'll sleep relatively close to the door.
Oh, it is. It's just not fire damage anymore.
Okay. Yeah, I'll sleep closer to the door. Like I said,
now it'll shatter the house and it just collapses in on itself.
Yeah.
I wish my formulas were that strong.
If anyone were to break in, I'd want them to have to go through me first before they get to anybody else.
All right. You and Scrim's triple stab. All right, awesome. So you guys start to fall asleep, even though the light's fairly bright, and you guys are able to sleep for a while. You have no idea how much time passed since nobody stayed awake. Correct?
Correct.
You guys wake up. I'll say Muriel probably woke up first, and she went upstairs probably first. She probably woke up first, and you wake up because. The light, the sun perfectly hits you through a hole in the roof, and it's just right in your eyes, right in your face. And it's kind of humid and musty now in this room, now that it's probably midday or close to it.
So realizing that it's midday and we probably should have already been awake, Muriel will head downstairs to wake up her goblin friends at the door. I assume near the bottom of the stairs.
One of them's in a bathtub upstairs.
Oh, well, then
Scrim
I'd
is
wake him up
downstairs.
first.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
so I'd wake him up first if he's on the second floor, and then I'd head downstairs and make my way around.
So Crick, she wakes you up.
Yeah.
Come on, it's afternoon.
Is it time to get up? I don't want to wrangle the lobsters today, Mom.
Crick, we're in the plague place.
Oh, right. Yeah, dead guys. I
Yeah.
remember now.
Yeah. Murder mystery.
I was dreaming about when I was a kid and we had to wrangle the lobsters.
Lobster wrangling?
Yeah.
Like a horse?
Yeah,
Like
they
you
were
wrangle a
bighorn
horse?
lobsters. They're huge.
How big are these lobsters?
They're really big. They're like a goblin could ride one.
Wow. I bet they're tasty.
They are tasty. Way better than turnip porridge with poison in it.
Yeah, no kidding. That stuff smelled bad in the first place.
Scrim, you hear talk from upstairs about lobsters and wrangling lobsters, and you wake up to that. Durgan, you wake up, but you hear something different. You're kind of near a window, and you can hear from outside Rolf's voice. Hey, Durgan, Crick, Scrim, Muriel, Balthazar, where are you?
He had no idea which house we went to, though, did he? So he's probably going around to like every house.
Going door to door
house
and
to
yelling
house.
as he walks down the street.
So you
Well,
hear
if
like
people didn't know who we were before, they certainly do now.
you hear like a little like from from hearing his voice shouted, you hear like a thud against the floorboards as Balthazar like sits up really quick. Ow. Oh.
Skin from your forehead stuck to the
A little piece of forehead skin.
Just so happened to be there was a nail right there too.
Ow. Oh. And then like the floorboard lifts up and just like a really sad looking Balthazar like lifts his head up and like, why is someone shouting my name this early?
It's Sheriff. He's looking for us, I think.
Oh.
Weren't we supposed to go, like, interview people, question them or something?
Yes, the people from the inn,
Yeah.
kitchen
And we have to
staff.
find the ranger lady. Remember?
Well, we have to let the ranger
Or
find
something.
us, basically.
Scrim starts putting on his padded armor and belting up his weapons and rolling up his bedroll.
Scrim, is part of my skull exposed again?
Yes, some skin is not there.
Oh. Can I borrow your hat?
No.
Oh, okay. And he gets up out of the floorboards and then realizes he's completely naked because that's how he sleeps. And it's like,
You know what we forgot this whole time? Balthazar was basically in towels all night.
he's been in a towel the whole
Yeah.
time.
He had a
He
towel
took
wrapped
the
around his hair
bath.
all night. I can't believe it took me the whole session to realize.
Yeah, your clothes are technically back at the inn or
That's
the tavern.
true, yeah. I think Balthazar's clothes were probably burned because it was a public health concern at that point. So yeah, he comes out just naked as a jaybird from underneath the floorboards with he's less than naked. There's parts of his birthday suit missing, for God's sake. So he's
He's fully exposed.
is there something I can wear?
I'll offer him like one of my shirts that I sleep in at night, which like would just be completely. It would be like a long flowing dress to him.
Oh, thank you, best friend. It's beautiful. This is a fine piece of clothing.
It's yours.
Thank you.
Forever. I never want it back.
Do you have a
Cherish it.
Do you have a band?
Durgan!
Oh no.
Crick! Scrim!
Oh, we didn't even have breakfast yet.
Mariel! Balthazar!
Maybe they'll
We're
take-
coming.
And we can get breakfast. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe we don't want to eat there.
Yes, I hear the food is to die for. See, I told you I tell jokes. And Balthazar just walks out into the street to see the sheriff in his new fancy getup.
Do you do anything about the thing above the door?
Oh, if I see Balthazar going towards that, I say, wait, Crick has to take down his trap. Otherwise, you'll have great boom.
Oh, Crick, could you do that?
I
was
guess.
hoping nobody would do that.
I thought it was going to be funny to just let him go through, but okay.
Would I have exploded?
Yeah, but it's only a little one. It's really loud. Boom!
Oh, that
So
might
if
have
someone
actually
came
been-
through in the middle of the day and we're sleeping, it would fall and wake us all up.
That actually probably would have been pretty funny. Perhaps another time I'll let you blow me up, Crick.
It's like some Addams Family stuff. That's all I'm thinking about is the Addams Family and like how they're always hurting each other.
Oh yeah. I mean, like his limbs fall off. He doesn't fucking care. I'm sorry. It's fine. Like put a new one on. Whatever. It's cool.
As you guys open the door and you step out, you look down the road. It doesn't even look like the sheriff has even started walking down the street, and he's like profusely sweating. He's still way back, almost by the tavern still, but he is out in the street at least.
Good morning, Sheriff. I see you are perspiring greatly.
Where have you guys been?
Sleeping.
Yeah, but you guys said this
Right there.
morning we'd meet up this morning. What? I mean, here it is, like after lunchtime.
We were very sleepy. And I found some very nice dirt that made me very cozy.
Look,
Oh,
we
okay.
didn't go to sleep until this morning.
Well, I've already, questioned all of the caravan, and I've actually questioned the kitchen staff and stuff. But
Well, great. So we'll go ask them the important question.
I was gonna say Delma's waiting for you. If you want to go ask her, she'll pull them aside to a room for you if you guys want to talk. Yeah.
Did you learn anything interesting?
I still got no leads. I got nothing. Yeah,
okay.
Finnick didn't show up to work. Though. That
Shocking.
was a little weird. But other than that, no.
Scrim
that-
looked for Finnick, but Finnick was not hiding out in any of the free dead houses.
Did you say Finnick didn't show up?
Yeah, I didn't see him there. May have
And
been
once
an
again-
oversight. He
Once again,
They
you-
always say he comes to work and he's always on time.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, he
that
keeps his
doesn't-
head low. He tries not to be seen too much, so.
Once again,
I
you
may have
don't- you
overlooked him.
you don't find that suspicious at all that he's not there.
I mean, that is suspicious, but it's Finnick. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean,
Wouldn't that make
sure
it
we'll talk
more
to him.
suspicious because he's so dependable and
you think someone killed Finnick
consistent?
now?
No,
I don't
I
know.
think-
It seems like you don't care.
No,
about
it's
that.
just like it seems like it's important to figure out where he went because he was at the scene of the crime and now nobody can find him. So,
Let's not waste any more of the good sheriff's time. We'll take it from here. You can maybe go and sit down and maybe.
Would you say, Crick?
just take a break, put your feet up.
I think you don't care about goblin lives, and it's not right.
I do. Now that you said that he might be dead, I'm very worried. I like Finnick a little bit.
In fairness, that's not really what we said. We were more implying that he's possibly the killer and didn't show up because, he
That's
didn't
not
want
what
to be
Crick
questioned.
and Scrim said, though. They think I'm worried about I'm not worried about
I
their lives.
don't think he would kill. I mean, just because he's a goblin doesn't mean he's a poisoner.
Yeah,
I didn't
agree.
say that. I didn't say that. But yesterday, he left right before the thing happened, and that is sort of a reason to think maybe he had
Yeah, but
something to do with it.
so did like 3 other people. I mean, Trin.
Did you
left.
find those? Do you know
Are
where
the
all
3 other
those
people
other
accounted?
They're there. Yeah, Trin's there.
But
None of the
Finnick
farmers
isn't.
are
But
there.
Finnick's not.
And
No one-
nobody knows
none of
where
the
he
patrons.
lives.
Oh,
Okay, again,
I'm sure they
you-
do. I don't
It's
know.
not a large town. I mean,
Right,
how
it's
can
not.
you not have an idea of where somebody would possibly live?
And also, it's not like he's like one of the goblins that lives in this town. He's the goblin.
Yeah, he's the only one.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
there's like 4 blocks here.
he doesn't really
I mean-
own property here, though. I mean, it's
So
he's
his-
homeless.
not.
I'll just
I
tell
mean-
him, he's the sheriff's done a good job, and I'll be sure to have just a hint of sarcasm that he probably will probably go over his head when I say it, and
yeah,
and then
we didn't think
I'll
about it.
I'll tell him we'll find Finnick and make sure he's okay.
So this is the town. The arrow is currently pointing at the inn, the tavern. You can see the courtyard there, and the house that you guys stayed in was just down this street right here, and it's on the left. It's it's 2, I think. So it's this house straight ahead, that 3rd house. Boom.
Ah.
That's where you guys stayed last night.
Our dead house.
Yep, your dead house. Probably Balthasar's after all that.
It's mine now.
And with that, we will end the session as you guys are making your way back. And Rolf has left you guys and said, well, thank you. I appreciate the day off. And
Worst sheriff ever. Heinously incompetent.
He's supposed to be.
He'd be, I could just see this guy just straight up, OJ would never do that. No, he loved her. Like, what? No. Like,
I was a big fan of OJ. Of course not. He went to USC. I got my Trojans hat on. We're good. Not to mention, I was a Buffalo Bills fan, too. Like, OJ Simpson would never do that. And Naked Gun was a great movie. Like, all those movies. Fantastic. OJ's a stand-up guy.
His whole shtick is just like, oh, no, that person who's, like, one of the most obviously suspicious people in this would never do this.
Yeah.
They're nice.
Yeah, everybody's so great in here.
Look.
Like Jim the Poisoner would never poison anyone.
Jim the Poisoner.
Yeah. Look, he was only found guilty in a civil court, not in a criminal court. Clearly he's innocent. And look, the only reason he admitted to it in prison later on is because, he was in prison for something else he didn't do, and he was just trying to sound like a badass so he wouldn't get shanked. Look, innocent. Completely innocent.
It all checks out.
This idiot probably believes Jeffrey Epstein killed himself, too.
Oh, 100%. 100%. So, yes. I know it was a slower session, especially the one-on-one stuff. I enjoyed it. I had fun with it. I don't know what next session holds. We'll see where you guys take it, but I had a lot of fun, and
there will be mayhem.
There will be mayhem and explosions.
The one place that's the hub so far is obviously the tavern, and so now you can understand why I'm glad you didn't burn it down. Because that's like
you just had to move it to the donut shop or the bakery.
Right, I'd have to there's this bakery right here that Delma runs.
No, amazing.
Maybe she would set up shop there then. But yeah, so with that, I will let you guys do some last minute plugs. We'll start with you, Colin.
Yeah.
Going on.
Yeah, and I just want to say how much fun I had too. That was I love this group. And I love playing just a big freaking weirdo. I don't feel like I do that often.
Check.
Yeah, I know. Like a lot of my characters, I don't really have a type, but I play a bard in one campaign right now, and then I play more smooth talkers. It seems to be because I like to talk a lot, and he's just so awkward and weird, and I love this weird guy. But then also I just love playing the whole he just wants friends. He just wants people to like him because he has no idea how off-putting he is to every single person he interacts with, but he just wants friends, and I find him sweet. I love this freaking weirdo. He's becoming a favorite. And plugs, yeah. So hi, what's up? I'm Colin. Colinomicon on Twitter and other relevant places, including Twitch. I am a streamer on several channels, including my own, which is my name, Colinomicon, on Twitch, twitch.tv/Colinomicon. Every week on my channel, every Sunday, I do one-shots. I have 1 million games that I own, and I want to play all of them. So I break out a new game every week, completely new system, completely new game, completely new cast. Well, not completely new. Some people come back, but a good big rotation of people, and try it out. I demo these games so you don't have to. So this Sunday on my channel, this week's one shot is 10 Candles, which is an awesome horror game where it's meant to be played in person with 10 tea lights on the table. And whenever the players fail rolls, you snuff out another tea light. And when the last light goes out, everybody dies. So we're doing this on my channel. I
love TPK games.
It's a built-in TPK. There is no way. That's the only way the game ends. Everyone dies at the end. Spoilers. But it's just a matter of what happens in between. And when you play it in person, one of the rules is that if a light goes out for any reason, even by accident, it still counts. So we're playing that this weekend. I'm not GMing it, but there's an incredible crew of people that are playing that. I'm going to be teching that one in the background. It's going to be really creepy. And I'm just super excited for that. So that's 7:00 on Sunday on my channel, and every Sunday at 7 on my channel. There's another one shot just coming up in the next couple weeks. After that, we have The Witch is Dead. After that is Stille Nacht, which is an incredible murder mystery one. City of Mist, Don't Rest Your Head, Quest, Morkborg, and Werewolf the Savage Age, and Aegon. That's all the way out through the end of January. Every Sunday, different game. Come check it out. Yeah.
Nice.
And then every other Friday when I'm not here, at the same time when I'm not here, well, actually half an hour earlier at 8:00, when I'm not playing Pathfinder, I'm on my channel hosting my show, the GM Postmortem.
On Twitch.
On Twitch, yes. Not on YouTube, yes, on Twitch. Hosting with my co-host Lydia, where we sit down with game developers and GMs and learn how to run a better game. It's a 2-hour chat show. We chat with them. We take your questions from chat and learn how to run a better game. And then when I'm not on my channel or on this one, my other home base is Encounter Roleplay. So Monday nights, Song of the Deep, my D&D 5e campaign, where I play a bard who is a lovesick puppy and really just went through a lot for the woman he loves, and he's having a rough time. And then on Tuesdays, I GM Achtung Cthulhu, the World War II meets the Cthulhu mythos game on Encounter Roleplay. Things are getting pretty spicy in that one. Come check it out. There's a few more weeks at the end of the season, so come see these games before they're gone. And that is everything. Yeah, I believe that's my whole...
You don't have a YouTube channel yet, do you?
I do. All of my... I don't stream to YouTube. I stream to Twitch, but all of my videos are uploaded to YouTube right afterward.
Okay. I was going to make sure, because I was like, what if you missed them and want to catch up? So, okay, cool.
Yes, you can. If you go to my channel, my YouTube, just search my name, Colinomicon. It's not in the URL yet because can't do that yet. But yes, you can get all of the VODs of everything that's on my channel. I usually upload them the same night, right after the game I upload it to YouTube. So you can go check it out right afterward.
Nice. Awesome. Paula, what do you have going on? I mean, where can they find you? What are you working on?
Tomorrow night I am on here playing Descent to Avernus. Right?
Ooh, yup.
Yes. And we have a new player. So that's fun. So you can come over there and check it out and meet our new friend in that game, where I am playing a bard also. So, I don't know.
A bard without a bad attitude.
She doesn't have a bad attitude.
Unless it's Luke's character.
But he brought that on himself. I was clearly told I was the leader of the group. That's not my problem if he interpreted the message differently. Nothing I can do about that.
That's true. You were told that by that woman from Chult.
Yes. So anyway, then on Wednesdays, I am also on here painting miniatures. And
Tuesday, keep on the Borderlands. Not this week, but
not this week. No, but every other week.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Draven plays in that one too.
Sure does.
Yeah. All right, cool. And what about Bill, the player behind Scrim? What's going on with you?
Well, I don't get to play much, so it's a pleasure playing Scrim. And this campaign is a lot of fun. And Pathfinder 2 is actually a lot of fun. I like the system. It's a nice departure from my usual gig doing D&D. So, but over on the channel, we do a lot of different things. I do Monster Mondays every week. I explore different monsters and give DMs tips for how to use them creatively and expand beyond just what's in the book. I do table topics where I kind of talk about different things about tabletop gaming. I do character builds. I do a ton of unboxings because I can't stop buying dumb things on eBay. And
you say that like it's a negative thing, Bill. That sounds like a wonderful life.
Dude,
I'm jealous.
It's a wonderful life, but sometimes I just look at the amount of minis I have and shake my head. I'll never ever use this many minis. It's ridiculous.
I will never shake my head no matter how many minis I have. I will always want more and need more.
Yeah, and I won't say no either. But The big show is D&D with high school students. We just finished season 4. We're on a little bit of a hiatus, but we are now planning out and casting for season 5. And if you don't know what that is, it's my epic, legendary show where I run D&D for a bunch of high school kids who haven't played it before. And it's just a glorious, wonderful train wreck. Every season is wonderful.
That's great.
And that's what keeps me busy. So
I caught a few episodes in season 1 and I really enjoyed it. It was pretty good.
every season's different. It's like high school, really.
It's like really Survivor. It's always different.
Yeah, and there's high school drama too. It's amazing.
Oh, wait. The high school drama carries over into the game?
Oh yeah.
What?
We've had cast members. We had cast members in a season who were dating each other and then broke up while the show was going on.
Oh, what season?
Oh, you just got him to watch this hook, line, and sinker.
That killed one of my games once too.
I have never met somebody who likes reality TV.
Oh, I love smut
reality
TV.
TV drama is
Paradise Island, like all that crap.
Yep.
I'm all
season
about
2
it.
and season 3 both had all sorts of yummy drama.
Oh, I gotta check that out.
Yep.
I gotta check that out.
He's gonna watch
binge
all
it
of
this
them
month.
now.
I'm gonna. Oh, it's binging time.
Yep.
I don't like being involved in drama, but I love watching it unfold with other people. Love it.
That's why he always pokes the bear.
I do poke the bear. I don't cause drama between people. Usually if I'm poking the bear, it's between me and someone, and I'm just having good fun. Just had to be clear about that.
Mm-hmm.
Unless it's Paula. I'll get in trouble there. Draven.
So also kind of like Bill, I'm like the constant DM. This is only like the second thing that I've had a chance to play as a player in like the last 15 years. So I really appreciate being a part of this, and the group's just awesome. On my YouTube channel, Draven Swiftbow, I try to do reviews. Last couple of weeks have been rough, so I haven't been putting too much out. I'm hoping to fix that in the next week or so. Looking at things like Pathfinder 2e, Starfinder, D&D 5e, and I have an Alien RPG video I want to put out hopefully in the next week or so. Other than that, I'm also part of the Keep on the Borderlands game, where I just recently started to play my second character on session 3, and already have his replacement figured out depending on the die rolls. So
You're already coming up with 3? I haven't even come up with my second yet.
And the next time that we meet for Keep on the Borderlands, I will be debuting my second character.
Oh, that's right. You did
So
that.
it's going really well for that group.
Yeah, Roll Stats is a murderous DM. It's not the system, it's Roll Stats. 100%.
I think he's working out a few issues that
he's getting his revenge.
Yeah, it's good to be prepared with a few other ideas. But so that's me, I guess.
I'm fine. I haven't killed any of his characters in my games yet.
Yet.
I'm sure once I kill him, I'll have to have like 5 characters ready. Awesome. Looking forward to seeing that Alien video. What do you want to give us a little peek behind the curtain?
So I was just looking through the core rule book. So I've already talked about the starter set, which is actually which is great because the starter set is useful beyond just the starter set. So like if they release standalone box set adventures, you can run them completely with just like the starter set rule book. But with the core rule book, you can actually make characters. So it's a sort of a different game that way. The idea is that you're not going up against the creatures as much. There's there's like pirates, there's corporate espionage, there's like government clashes and wars. So it's a really cool system, actually. It's deadly. It can be very deadly, but it's a really cool system. So I'm really enjoying it so far.
Nice. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it. That's a game that I always see on Amazon. Like I'll be shopping and it'll show up as a suggested thing because I always look at RPG stuff. And
one of these days I'd really love to run it. You just use D6s, so it's a really, really simple system.
Oh, yeah. Awesome. All right. And then Nerdarchist Dave.
You can find me over at Nerdarchy. You can find Nerdarchy on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and I don't know, all the places. And we have a website. So we put up usually 3 videos a week about it's things going on in D&D and just kind of like our thoughts and ideas. We have a couple articles a day to go up on the website, and we also have Nerdarchy Live where we do daily live chats at noon Eastern time every day. And if we want to play games over there, we do that there. Right now, we're currently playing Cypher System. It's a kind of a mashup between Flash Gordon meets Thundar the Barbarian meets 2020 science fantasy post-apocalyptic game. So.
Oh, that's great. Awesome. And then here on Master the Game. So one thing we are doing new is we're going to be starting for the first time at the end of this month. We're going to do a one-shot every month for our patrons. If we can't fill it with patrons, we'll go to the Discord next. Or who knows, maybe I'll ask like other YouTubers or whatever if they're available on the same night. But this month, the day after Christmas, I think is a Saturday, we are going to be running Palladium Rifts with pre-gens, a little bit homebrewed. I'm not going to like go by the books when I create the characters. The action economy, I'm doing a little different, but we are going to be playing Palladium Rifts, and I've got 2 players for that already. It's open to anybody else in the Discord who's interested. And then, so if you're interested, let me know, get on my Discord. And yeah, obviously goes to patrons first, but get your name in the hat at least, because it's first come, first serve. And then, like I said, next month in January at some point, I would like to run Dragon Age as the one shot for that month. So by Green Ronin.
It's a fun system.
Oh, I'm excited. I've watched a couple people run it online before, and it looks fun.
Yeah,
and
I've run it a couple times. It's a lot of fun. I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, I can't wait. I really can't. I've been wanting to play it for like 4 years. But yeah, so excited about that. And we have on Wednesdays, Paula didn't mention this, while we do mini painting, we create a random roll chart. Every week we try, or not every week, because sometimes we don't finish the chart. We're working on a D100 random cave encounters chart right now. And we've been working on that. This will be our 3rd stream working on it. I think we're almost done. We're at like 80 or something. And there's like some crazy stuff on there. But we do it on stream, and then we make the PDF downloadable for patrons. Obviously, if you watch the stream, you can write the stuff down yourself, but if you want it, become a $1 patron. You can get that and all the backlog of those. We've done like trinkets and just whatever we can think of. So if that sounds fun to you, again, head on over to our Patreon. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. This is Master the Game. I'm Juice. Game on.